And really, I guess to a certain extent for the Dodgers, kind of switched around the last time the Dodgers were here. You look at that series, Monday, May 18th, the Padres won in a 1-0 game, and Duhar hit the home run. Michael King outdueled Yamamoto. And with that, the Padres went to 29-18. They went into first place ahead of the Dodgers, who were 29-19. But since that time, the Padres have gone 13-19. The Dodgers, meanwhile, have gone 21-9. So they've been, playing typical Dodger 700 percentage baseball. And so now they come in here, they're 9 games ahead of the Padres. So here's hoping we can kind of turn it back the other way this weekend, Tony.
Yeah, I think the focus for the Padres, shouldn't even be on the standings. It should be about continuing to play better baseball. We saw them play some better baseball over the last 3 games, and they're far out enough to where you don't need to even be looking at standings. Just go ahead, try to play, your best 9-inning game as many times as possible, and kind of see where the chips fall. In the last 3 seasons, the race has looked exactly like this. It's at some point it's a big gap. It gets closed. There's an opportunity, and the Padres haven't been able to actually cash that opportunity in, and so they end up just off the pace. But at this point, what we should have all learned by now is that what it looks like here in June does not guarantee it looks anything like that in August. Does not guarantee that it looks anything like in September. And so you just try to go out and try to get better. Try to keep playing good baseball like this team has done the last 3 games.
You go back to the game that it switched, though, and it is funny how baseball kind of hangs on certain little things.
Especially when these 2 teams get together.
Yeah, for sure. And the second game of that series here, the Tuesday night game, if anybody recalls it, so, go back. It was 4-4 into the 9th inning of that ball game, and Mason Miller was on the mound, right? So the Padres figured they're going to, lock that inning down. And, the second batter up was Max Muncy. And if I recall, Miller struck him out. Muncy was called out, but challenged the pitch. The new rule came into effect right there, and they overturned it because it was a ball. And so Muncy got on base. And then the fateful throw as Miller went to pick off Alex Call, who would have been out by 25 feet. He is lost off the base. And Miller, yanked the throw just a little bit. Remember, Ty France got ticked off his glove, and calling it up at third base. And then, boom, you get the sacrifice fly, which brought in the run. Andy Pages had really a great at-bat, if I recall. Remember, Tony? He was up maybe 10
at the time,
pitches.
I think I said it was the best at-bat we've ever seen against Mason Miller.
It really was. I mean, he fouled off 1,000,000 pitches and then flied out to bring Call in. But it took all of that for the Dodgers to get that run and win that game. And it's funny because – not funny, but it's just interesting how things can kind of turn like that. Padres win that ball game. Who knows? They go a game and a half up and win the series. So anyway, it's always fun when these 2 play. You're right. And it's going to be a game like that tonight and probably all weekend long. The Padres have at least, I think the 3 pitchers they feel most comfortable with right now, starting with Walker Buehler tonight, who's already one of the most intense competitive pitchers we've ever seen, to the point where we really weren't a big fan when he pitched against us with the Dodgers. But tonight we're going to have some of his energy on our side because he's going to be pumped up for this one, Tony.
Walker's definitely falls into the category. You love him when he's on your team. You probably don't like him very much if he's on the other side. And he also falls in the category of not caring one way or another how you feel about it. And so I'm excited to watch Walker pitch against his former team. I told you guys yesterday he hadn't pitched in Boston very long, and he was telling Alex Cora how much he was looking forward to facing him when we went to Boston, went the first road trip of the series, and so the season. And so I imagine there's a little more history involved in this matchup today. And he wants to go out and pitch well. The Dodgers team was the first team that was like, hey, man, we don't think you got it anymore. We're going to let you walk. And that I don't care who you are.
Yeah.
That sticks in the back of your mind. Like, yeah, they were the first ones to be like, you're done, you're crisp, you're toast.
Yeah.
Washed.
You don't even need to have the frame of mind of Walker Buehler to use that as motivation.
No.
Right? I mean, you could just be some old normal person. Somebody says you can't do something, and you get a chance to show them you can. That's gonna be a big deal. Sasaki's gonna pitch tonight for the Dodgers. Scraby will be out there leading the boos. He hates Sasaki.
Well, anything
he holds
to
it
get
against Sasaki that he chose the Dodgers over the Padres. He left us in the lurch.
Mad about it.
And yeah, right. I mean, Scraby is still a scorned bride standing there at the altar.
Hold on. I was never getting married to Roki Sasaki. So.
You're standing there while they play the music to walk down the aisle, and your wife doesn't show up. That's you right now with Sasaki.
Why did you just predict my future?
I'm sorry. I saw it flashing before my eyes. But Sasaki, look, it's been a mixed bag for him with the Dodgers. But, you can say, I think if you're a Dodger fan, the guy did pitch well when you needed it most last year in that postseason. It's been, he's been kind of up and down this year. Yamamoto's going to pitch tomorrow night. You're not going to score a lot off of this guy. He's been lights out. Vasquez will pitch the second game. And then the third game, Michael King, Sunday against Sheehan. So the Dodgers, Padres miss Ohtani on this particular weekend. So that's something good. One thing that I just, I'm going to throw out there, something for you all to take with you to the ballpark tonight. Maybe keep it in mind as this weekend goes along. It probably is just coincidence, Tony, but maybe it's not. And here it is. The Padres this year have been destroyed, unfortunately, in the first two innings of ball games. And you look at it, the Padres have been outscored by 12 runs in the first inning this year, been outscored by 30 in the second inning. So that's a minus 42. And that is the kind of thing that is, put them behind the eight ball, put them in a situation where they've had to play from behind. The offense has had to come up with, to try to come back. But in the situations where the Padres have been able to keep it close down to the end, the ninth inning, again, the one game that's aside was the Miller throw and the loss to the Dodgers. This is incredible to me. The Padres have outscored their opposition 41-8 in the ninth inning this year. And that has been a lot of the secret sauce to their success, being able to win these games at the end and being able to come up with some big hits. Padres also, for a team that can hit, are hitting 364 in extra innings this year. Just give us a chance is all I'm saying, Tony, in these games this weekend.
I mean, that was the formula going into the year, right? If the Padres could have the lead after 5 or 6, it was a wrap. And, they haven't had the lead enough in those times. And so they haven't necessarily, because the offense has sputtered, they haven't been able to play to their strength. Now, that doesn't mean that the bullpen isn't the strength. It still has been a big reason why they are, four games over 500, whatever it is. 5 games over 500. 5 games over 500. Without the bullpen, they wouldn't be there. And so that's why it's encouraging to see the offense putting up runs. Even in the games where they haven't won, they still have put up runs here in the last 6 or 7 games. So keep that going because you're certainly going to need runs against the Dodgers.
Yep. Padres have scored only 22 runs all year in the second inning. That's the lowest in baseball. And then you go to the ninth inning, they've scored 41 runs, which is their most in any inning. So it's just something to throw in the back of your mind as you watch these games. Padres just keep it close here and give us a shot at the wire. All right, we're underway. Will Wagner will be our Friar Friday guest. Looking forward to that. We got a big 5. We got a Daily Gambit. But next, we have to walk the walk of shame. The United States, like, would they give up a goal like with no time left?
No, it was the 98th minute, Chris.
Whatever it was, they didn't even kick the ball off after it was scored.
No.
So that was the last act of the game.
It was.
Yeah, the ball going in.
It was.
Dave Marcus was there. I'm glad he's showed up at work today, Tony. I was a little worried about Dave after that defeat, but we'll get the report.
Dave Marcus missing work.
Yeah,
no
good point. Yeah, nothing will keep him. Yeah, he's like he's like the post office used to be. Neither sleet nor snow nor anything.
Rain, sleet, or snow.
Yeah, nothing
used to be. He said.
The way it used to be, not anymore.
I think the post office still delivers in rain, sleet, and snow.
Yeah, I don't know if they're as reliable as they were back in the day.
I'm sure the post office loves to hear you say that.
Yeah, more Gwynn and Chris is underway. Happy Friday, 97.3 The Fan.
Relax and let Ralph's Delivery.
2:19 on the clock. Tony Gwynn Jr., Chris Ello, Matt Scraby, our good friend and producer of Padres Radio.
Producer
Dave
engineer.
Producer/engineer
Yes.
of Padres Radio. Dave Marcus attended the USA. I don't want to mess up the name. Give it to me. Turkey. Turkey. There we go. Turkey last night, and
as a result, by the way, he and his wife will not be able to pay the electric bill this month or anything else that they need.
Listen, let me tell you about hustle man Dave Marcus, because he did well. He did well. We'll just say that. Let's bring on Mr. Marcus onto the show. Dave, you and your son got an opportunity to go to SoFi last night and watch. You know, it didn't end well, but it was a thrilling game. What was your takeaway? How did you enjoy your experience?
Well, as far as the score, like, I know that U.S. didn't have to win that game, obviously, or win, lose, or draw. But so I'd rather see a 3-2 loss than a 0-0 tie. That's for sure. Even though they lost the game, because it was exciting. The goals, the crowd was hyped, for both sides. It was really, cool experience. By the way, they had the hydration breaks. The fans all booed.
I knew he was going to get that one in there. I knew he was going to get that one in there.
Hydration. My whole thing of hydration breaks, it's fine to have one. Shouldn't be 3 minutes. They actually have a clock that counts down the hydration break. Make it shorter, but the coaches shouldn't be able to talk to the players. That's all I'm saying.
This guy has been on this soapbox about extra time for the coaches. He's one of the soccer purists that we were having a discussion on the other day.
The coaches don't like it either. They've talked about how it's like 4 quarters. It's not like 2 halves anymore. It really is. It's anyways. It's not here or there, but it's 4 quarters. I'm all against guys having drinks. I hydration break every time I watch a game on TV. Here, I go get a drink as well, just to
lots of ice too. By the way.
By the way, Jesse and Tony, he clears your water glasses off the desk there before the game starts. Doesn't want you guys to be distracted.
Gotta hydrate to tell everybody, right? But
yeah.
No, it was really cool. I've been to a lot of great events over the years. I've been very fortunate to go to Super Bowls and World Series and Olympics and other things like that. So, but to actually go to a World Cup soccer game, as big a soccer fan as I am, as I know these guys always give me a hard time about, but to actually see one in person after watching them on TV, since
or your computer,
right, bathroom mirrors also, as you guys saw on the last road trip. It just to see one in person and just feel the vibe. It's still kind of surreal for me to be able to enjoy that kind of thing. I know a lot of people don't get it maybe, but it's one of those kind of bucket list events I always want to go to, and go with my son as well. Who's 11, who's plays soccer, and he knows these guys. Play FIFA, on his Nintendo Switch. It was really cool to see that kind of event in person.
He didn't.
Yes, I'm broke now, but yes,
yes, you are broke. That's what I was going to say. Yeah. That's what I mentioned.
Well, I'll tell you a real quick story about how I got the tickets. Actually, it's kind of so. Originally, back in November, I got picked to be the initial ticket draw, and when they went on sale, I'm in line for 4 hours on my computer. Right. 3, 2, 1. Your time to buy tickets is now, and then my screen went blank, just total white blank screen. I'm like, what is going on here? I'm like, do I refresh? Do I mess it up? What do? I hit refresh, of course. Back in the line, another 2 hours. Waited again. Same thing happened. I'm like, okay, I'm going to pull my hair out. At this point, the game I wanted to go to was this game specifically. It's probably gone. At least the tickets I could afford.
Yeah.
Tried my phone. Finally got through my phone. All only tickets left with $1,000 more tickets, which I was not willing to pay, obviously. So I said, okay, well, I'm willing to pay like $350. That was my limit. So per ticket. So I said, all right, wait a minute. Why try to buy 2 tickets a game in Kansas City, 2 tickets a game in Seattle, and the knockout round of 32. Sell those for profit. Use the money from the profit from those tickets to buy tickets to LA.
David.
So I sold those tickets for double what I paid for them. I basically used that money to pay for the tickets in LA, which were $1,000 each, the ones I bought.
Wow.
But because I had made the money for the sale, the other tickets, I basically paid face value. The tickets I used last night, which actually were $350, it turned out, so it worked out great. So there you go.
Hey,
that's impressive.
That deserves a round of applause for real.
That is impressive.
That is Dave Marcus. Hustled the system right there, man. That is the American way right there, ladies and gentlemen.
I can't believe any event could cost $1,000. Like any event.
Someone tried to explain this to me.
And by the way, Dave is as regular a Joe as they come.
Right.
And so he found a way by, First, he had to work for it. That was about, and I was here for at least 6 of those hours because game time was rolling, and he was having to still be in line for that bad boy, and he did it twice. Like, that's ridiculous. There's no shot.
Crazy.
I don't want to go to a game that bad. I don't think.
Someone tried to explain to me why the tickets are so expensive, and it kind of made sense. I mean, this is the premier event in the world.
What could possibly make sense?
This is the premier event in the world. So you have 6 or 7 billion people that are wanting to go to this rather than just the United States.
Crap, Ola. This is all about greed. You know it, and everybody else knows it.
I'm not a fan of FIFA right now, believe me.
Come on, man. They could
You just made money off of them.
Not really.
He did.
How much, Dave, did you drive up? Was the parking ridiculous, or how did you work
the
that?
Parking was like, the parking at SoFi's own parking was $250. It was like a mile away.
Wow.
So what I did is
but they're not being greedy at all.
Well, that's greed.
No.
Okay.
That's straight up greed right there.
Thank you.
$250.
Well, I didn't pay that. So what I did is I parked at Pierce College up in the valley because I had to pick my son at Ojai yesterday morning. He's at camp all summer. Drive to the Pierce College, left my car there. LA Metro had buses going from there for $1.75 each way.
There it is.
To SoFi and back.
Dave is the got it,
Pierce
man.
College, and then
I'm telling you, this man makes it work.
Nobody knew to park at
Take
Pierce
notes,
College.
ladies and gentlemen.
Pierce College.
I think, yeah. Dave, next time build in the $250 in your resale market so that you can pay for the parking close to SoFi.
That's next level.
The traffic leaving SoFi was so bad in the car. I was glad I was on a bus.
Oh,
I had a little special bus lane and get out of the parking lot and get to the freeway. It was
you might still
much
be
better than having to. Probably, yeah.
Dave, as a bit of a soccer expert, how should we, fans, of this team, take this defeat? I've always felt nothing ever good comes from losing, but I do understand they didn't have to win. I understood that they sat, some players out. But at the same time, USA has never done great against teams from Europe. This was a bit of a test in that regard. So how should we handle this?
Well, I felt going into the World Cup, Turkey be the best team in the group besides the United States, and they actually failed themselves by losing those first 2 games. They didn't score a goal in the first 2 games, so I thought Turkey would be the best competition they faced anyways. And U.S. had their starters played. I thought that better, they might have made up that 1 goal difference. But yeah, a lot of guys that had on yellow cards didn't want to risk it, and the other yellow card getting suspended for the next round. So, I mean, the guys who are out there, I think what it proved is our starters need to be playing because the bench is some holes in it for sure.
They're meant to be bench guys.
Yeah, and they're playing against Turkey's mostly frontline guys. Turkey's started. We started our backup goalie also for the U.S. Turkey started their starting goalie. Matt Turner had a few shaky moments, a couple of goals. The other guy may have saved. You never know, but I still think playing Bosnia, it's a good matchup for the U.S. And you talk about not being European teams over the years, which is true. That's the one they can beat, should beat, hopefully will beat. Then we'll see where it goes from there. But last night I think it proved that some guys need to be on the bench in there. That's why they are. So
listen to the hard USA critic over here. Put those guys back on the bench.
Look, I believe him a lot more than a lot of people I'm reading because I don't know what they're thinking. I know Dave is all about winning this thing, and so he's giving me a straight scoop.
Hey, Scrape, I want to I have to say this before, I don't want to disappoint you, but Samad Taylor walked out. You know who gave him the biggest hug out here?
Dave Roberts.
Dalton Rushing.
What
a guy. Dalton Rushing's such a good guy.
Are you sure he didn't punch him in the ribs?
No, it was a big bro hug. Like, oh man, I haven't seen you in so long. Good to see you.
I mean, I trust Samad Taylor. But I can't get behind this.
Hey, I will say
friendship.
this. My man Dave Vassay defends Dalton Rushing in terms of the type of person he is very hard.
Well, we've also had Dave Vassay on to basically just make fun of us the entire time. So I don't take anything he says to heart.
Yeah, that's fair.
Well, Tony pointing out. Sorry, Go ahead, Dave.
Davis' best buddy Blake Snell Balake was at the game last night.
Balake was at the game yesterday.
Yeah, along with every other celebrity in LA was there as well. It's unbelievable. It's like the Oscars was going on the World Cup game. It was and the Emmy.
Yeah, there was quite a few. Tony, there were so many celebrities there that they didn't even have time to show Dave Marcus in the stands. So that's how many celebrities.
Can we also talk
there.
about like are sporting events now like celebrity watching and sports? Because that's what I felt like I was watching the entire time.
Yeah,
you know why they do that?
Just putting on random people that no one knows who they are.
You know why they do that? You know why they do that? Because the consumer likes it.
Yeah, people like to see that. My wife loves that. Stop, rewind. Who was that? She likes that.
I mean, I'll tell you this: a few Laker games I've gone to, my wife has spent majority of time
for sure.
Look who's there. Look at such and such. I mean, that's kind of like.
But I tuned in for the game, not for the celebrities.
There's enough time in a soccer game to get a little quick sneak at who's in the stands. And
there's
not
constant action in soccer. Okay,
let me tell you something. When I covered, when I covered the Lakers, I had to call my wife from the front row there every night to tell her who was the celebrities at the game. That's all. She didn't ask me to score.
I'm sorry.
No,
she didn't say what's the score.
How many points?
No,
how many points Magic?
Yeah, right. She didn't care about that. She wanted to know where Chevy Chase was sitting.
Oh, well, you know what? I'm so happy that Edward Norton and Brad Pitt got to take in the game together last night.
Yeah, well, I think people like to see that. And
I did enjoy SportsCenter put Edward Norton is talking to himself, and that's a huge Fight Club joke.
That is.
That was pretty good. That was pretty good.
All right. Let's get to break. When we come back, is Will coming to hang with us?
Yes, he is.
Mr. Will Wagner, Padre utility player, joining us next. We're Gwynn and Chris.
Ben and Woods on the Fan.
This is how that was an exciting play all the way around, man. He ripped that thing into the gap, and a great effort. Almost hauled it in on the dive, and would have been a beautiful play to save extra bases.
Catcher challenge. We'll take another look. And that just scraped the zone. The call is overturned. So they've still got both their challenges. Man on second, 2 down. And a swing and a miss.
Well, you got the hitter already chasing that nasty slider. If you're on the mound, you just want to expand the zone.
And he got him. Strike 3, and that'll retire the side. In the air out to center. Lays out, but he can't squeeze it. So now back to the top of the order.
Those plays are challenging for outfielders because of the chase to the ball. You have to do everything perfect just to track it down. Sometimes even that's not enough to make the catch.
Tatis in the box here lets that one go for a ball. Drilled out towards left center field. That's well struck. Way back there. It's got a chance. In to score from first. Back to second safely. Nearly got caught in between there.
Puts a run on the board and picks up an RBI. A well-deserved double on a great swing. Got everything going on time. He stayed balanced and he squared it up about as well as you could possibly ask.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. Jackson Merrill, the next up for the Padres. Tatis leads off second with nobody out. And that one is lifted in the air. Dunn on his way over. He's got it. Tags up from second, and he'll head to third.
That's just a really nice catch on the run right there. He saved extra bases for sure. If the pitcher's his friend, he'll give him a second to catch his breath before he's ready to deal the next pitch.
France, the next to hit, takes ball 1. Runner on at third, 1 gone. The 1-1. In the air, right field. Benson gets under it and makes the grab. Runner tagging from third. The relay throw. Safe! And they add to their lead as the run scores from third. And now Terry Francona makes pitcher for the Reds, T.J. Antone. He's into the game with the bases empty. Machado now in the box, comes up empty with a swing there. Swing and a miss. That's the sweeper. Antone, 32 years old, and he was a 5th-round pick back in 2014.
Rarely will you see a pitcher just waste a pitch like that. The batter wasn't even tempted to swing. Every pitch needs to have a purpose so that it can set up a following pitch to help you get that out.
2 down, nobody on. And now it's 3-2. Out to center. And that's the 3rd out. So they get a couple of runs on 2 hits, no errors, and no one left on. We head on down to the top of the 3rd. It's the Padres 6 and the Reds nothing.
That was an exciting play all the way around, man. He ripped that thing into the gap, and a great effort, almost hauled it in on the dive, and would have been a beautiful play to save extra bases.
Catcher challenge. We'll take another look. And that just scraped the zone. The call is overturned. So they've still got both their challenges. Man on second, 2 down. And a swing and a miss.
Well, you got the hitter already chasing that nasty slider. If you're on the mound, you just want to expand this.
And he got him. Strike 3, and that'll retire the side. In the air out to center. Lays out, but he can't squeeze it. So now back to the top of the order.
Those plays are challenging for outfielders because of the chase to the ball. You know you have to do everything perfect just to track it down. Sometimes even that's not enough to make the catch.
Tatis in the box here lets that one go for a ball. Drilled out towards left center field. That's well struck. Way back there. It's got a chance. In to score from first. Back to second safely. Nearly got caught in between there.
Puts a run on the board and picks up an RBI. A well-deserved double on a great swing. Got everything going on time. He stayed balanced and he squared it up about as well as you could possibly ask.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. Jackson Merrill, the next.
Welcome back, Gwynn and Chris. Friday get together. Dave Marcus joined us on the SDCCU fan hotline. It's not big bank banking, it's better. Will Wagner will join us on that same SDCCU fan hotline. It's not big bank banking, it's better. He'll join us here in a few minutes. Our Friar Friday interview. Crisello, Tony Gwynn Jr. at Petco Park, and Scraby alongside here in the Odyssey Palace Studios, which, by the way, guys, I forgot to mention in the first segment, took me a moment to wade my way through all the streamers and all of the balloons and all of the excitement and celebration going on in this studio, apparently on the previous show. Yes, Frank Marchese is a Mets fan, and he's that happy that Carlos Mendoza was fired today.
I think he's
as manager of the Mets. He's
down,
ecstatic.
Frank. Calm down, Frank.
Oh, he's thrilled by this.
He should probably be mad at the players that aren't performing, but whatever.
Well, we can get into that a little bit. I was going to say, and I'll ask Tony on it, but Mendoza, pays the price, right? They're 34 and 47, but why don't they ever fire the general manager who brought in all the bad players and made the stupid trades that have put the Mets where they are, and decided not to bring back Pete Alonso and, all of the other mistakes that they made? To me, like, the manager can only do what he could do. The Mets made so many off-season errors, yet, was it Stearns, David Stearns, or whatever he is? He keeps on rolling, so that's the way
how long
I guess
Stearns had the job, though? What, this is third year?
I think so. Look, Mendoza.
I think a lot of what was done was already done before he got there, and then he tried to. Do you remember when AJ took over the team for the Padres, and he tried to jumpstart it with the Kemp trade, and then that ran its course, and then they said, "All right, we're going to start over from scratch." I think Stearns, who really built what they have in Milwaukee
Yes, he
before
did.
going to New York. I think he's kind of in a tough spot because my guess is he probably want to strip it all down minus a couple players, but their owner on the other side who has a boatload of cash, I don't see him wanting to do that. And so so to answer your question, that's probably why he hasn't been fired, because the owner knows I'm kind of holding this up a little bit because I won't let him start from scratch. I want this team to be competitive right now. And so I'm willing for him. Stearns cut his teeth on making moves that were bargain moves that, allowed the Brewers to have an advantage. Now he's trying to learn in the same way I think it took Andrew Friedman to learn a little bit before they finally figured the formula out, how to work with this pocketbook that you now have. You don't have to go about it in the same way. And I think there's something to be said about that taking a little bit of time. I know the Mets fans don't want to hear that because they've been going through it for the last 3 years, even before he got there. So
yeah, I know. I hear what you're saying.
That has to do. I think the GM keeping his job has more to do with the owner kind of dictating how this whole thing is being put together.
Totally hear you. But I just in the other side of that to me is that if you had an unlimited checkbook, maybe you should have spent some money to keep Pete Alonso. And they didn't.
I mean, Pete's not really setting the world on fire, by the way.
Yeah. All right. They also traded Semien and for Nimmo, which I don't think was a great trade or hasn't worked out.
Fans complained about Pete Alonso when he was on the net or the Nets.
Well,
the
real
Mets.
quick, in terms of again that last move that Chris just brought up is one of those moves. They didn't want to pay. Who did Semien get traded for?
Nimmo.
They wanted to get his money off the books. And Simeon's is kind of a similar situation, except he's gonna kind of run out on his deal sooner, I believe, than Nimmo was. So I think that was one of those cost-cutting deals where you're bringing in someone who has had a track record.
Well, and look, managers, this is the story for a manager. I mean, the guy Mendoza took them 2 games from the World Series 2 years ago. Yeah. And last year they were in first place in July, and it's kind of all been downhill since. So anyway, the Mets are, who's the interim? Did you guys see?
I did.
Rest of the season.
Yes, I did.
Greeny.
Andy Green is back.
For the rest of the year? I believe so. Honestly, this is a huge opportunity for him.
Well, we'll see. I mean, he's got enough talent there. If he can get him, into gear, there's half a season left.
Oh, so. Can you imagine this? Padres, Mets, NLCS, Andy Green versus Craig Stammen. It's written right there.
Well, I would actually sign up for that if it's going to be the NLCS. So I will definitely sign up for that if that's a possibility. Will Wagner is going to be with us here shortly, our Friar Friday guest. Was there something? Yeah. You want to just go now?
Yes.
With Will Wagner?
Yes, we're ready.
I'm sorry. I do have one thing. I knew there's something else I had to get to quickly. Sorry. I make it quick. This Dennis Lin pointing out and saying that the Padres did sign a minor league deal with veteran infielder Luis Rengifo, who is I've always called him Rengifo.
I think it's Rengifo.
Is it?
See, thank you, Tony.
I've heard Rengifo.
Thank you, Tony.
All right, I stand corrected.
Released.
The guy over here trying to add his own little Spanish flavor to
kidding,
it right
man.
there. Just make the G silent.
Yeah, Luis Rengifo.
I mean, isn't that how they pronounce it?
I'm pretty sure I heard Rengifo.
I've heard Rengifo myself, but anyway, he was released by the Brewers this week. Did not do much on the way of offense with the Brewers, playing over at third base. But I thought he was a pretty serviceable player there for 6 years with the Angels. Averaged about 9-10 home runs a year there. Stole 24 bases a couple years ago. Anyway, he'll be kind of in the background here for the Padres should they need something like that. And AJ is always looking out for stuff, and I think there's nothing that can be bad about picking this guy up. If you end up needing somebody.
By the way, on Baseball Reference, it says his pronunciation is Rengifo.
Ah, Scraby may actually win one for a change.
Is Jesse next to you?
Yeah, ask Jesse. He's the official.
Jesse's
the official.
We need a ruling on Rengifo or Rengifo. It's the second one.
It's Rengifo. Yeah. Thank you, Jesse Agler.
I got to be honest with you, Tony.
Top when you're right,
yeah, you know what? I'm gonna have to go home.
You're so
I
over
can't
the
stay
top
here.
when you're right.
Yeah, I can't stay here for the next 3 hours. There's no way. He's gonna be impossible to deal with.
Chris, did you know it was a Rengifo? I did.
Oh, God.
All right, we ready?
Will Wagner. There's no way to make that sound Spanish.
No, not at all.
Time for our Friar Friday interview, and we're happy to have with us today Padres infielder Will Wagner makes his first appearance on Friar Friday. Will, how you doing today, man? Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks you guys for having me, and yeah, I'm doing good.
Great. I want to let you know before we get too far into it, I've been doing this a while, and here's how long of a while I've been doing it. Many years ago, your dad was one of my guests when he was in town visiting with the Astros. So, and if you happen to bump into him, tell him that there's a guy who interviewed him a long, long time ago who remembers your dad as just being an outstanding guy. Great interview, a lot of fun, and it stuck with me throughout the rest of his career. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, your dad's a hell of a guy, and we're glad to have you in San Diego. Give me just take us through this year. Obviously, the injury, you're finally getting that behind you, and kind of where you feel you're at now.
Yeah, I guess it was a weird start to the year just because I came into spring training like feeling really good and confident about the season, and then pretty much the first week of the season, I had the oblique strain in live pitching, and that was just tough. But coming back from that, I'm just starting to get my swing back. I got El Paso, had about 100 at bats, and just started putting it together. And then when I got here, I just felt more comfortable with my swing. So I think the season's going according to plan, I guess. I mean, it got a little delayed, but I feel good now.
Well, I mean, there's a group of you guys that came up at a time the Padres really were desperate for some type of spark, and you guys have seemingly been able to provide that. I mean, when you get the call and you're sitting in Stam's office and they're telling you exactly what they're expecting from you, what's going through your mind at that point? Because you're also understanding the kind of dynamic that's happening offensively for this team. You guys have been able to come in and provide a little something.
Yeah, I think for me, the biggest part was just to find ways on base, just be really annoying hitter at the plate, work the count, like get the pitcher out of the game as early as possible. But I think for me, like Samad and Jace and those guys, like we were just trying to get on base for like guys like Samad, Jackson, and Manny,
Will, the fact I think you were here at the end of last year after getting traded over probably gave you a little bit of a head start, when you came in this year. In terms of knowing what kind of clubhouse you're coming into, and in terms of, the established guys knowing you're all about. Just take us through that a little bit, and your relationship as a young player with the Mannies and the Fernandos. This team all seems to get along pretty well.
Yeah, so last year when I got traded over here, I spent a couple weeks in El Paso before getting called up, and I didn't really know my role, to be honest. When I was there last year, I just knew like I was going to be ready every day. I didn't think I was going to be starting. I just wanted to be ready, like off the bench. And I usually just had pinch-hit opportunities. I didn't start a game last year. And then coming into this year, I kind of have a different role, being placed where I need to be, a couple DH games, a couple days at second, just giving like Manny or Tatis a day off if they need it. But yeah, and then my relationship with those guys are good. I mean, they've actually helped me a lot. I mean, they've been in the league for a while now, so they're veterans. So I kind of look up to them and like try to pick their brain a little bit and see like what I need to do with this pitcher. Like they faced this pitcher probably 100 times and I've seen him for the first time. So I think it's good to pick their brains about pitchers.
Will Wagner joins us here, Padres infielder, utility, however you want to place it. He has been a factor for this Padre team since being called up. Will, I'm curious, man, as a son of a big leaguer, as you and I both are, I had the luxury of learning from someone doing the similar or same thing that I was doing. You, on the other hand, your dad's one of the best closers to ever do it. What was that like as you started to develop into wanting to play this game, but you're on the position player side? How was that growing up, trying to garner whatever you could from your dad, even though you guys are doing something completely opposite?
I mean, honestly, really helpful because, I mean, he knows how to pitch hitters. So I'm picking his brain about that way, like what counts to look for this pitch, like what's your weakness? Like, I mean, pitchers are going to go at your weakness most often. So honestly, you want to look for your spot. So he kind of just tells me like the reverse effect, like what pitchers are trying to do for hitters. And I use that for me. But honestly, I don't really talk to my dad too much about like my swing mechanics or anything. It's more about like the mentality. Like, I'm going through a slump, like how to like not think about the last 10 at bats I went over 10, but focusing more on like the next at bat, you know. I think that's where he's really helped me the most.
Yeah, Will, now here's the difference between you and Tony there, though. Tony never faced his dad. I don't know. Is there any way that you lined up against your dad? Just in some sort of exhibition situation where he was throwing 3/4 speed. Have you ever been standing in there to see one of your dad's fastballs?
Oh yeah, I mean, I faced them pretty much. I would consider it live ABs. I mean, COVID year.
That's awesome.
When our season got canceled, he was about maybe 55 feet behind the L screen, throwing as hard as he could. I would say it was like low to mid 90s, breaking off the slider. Definitely frustrating at bats for me, but you know, I got him once or twice, but it was fun.
What was your dad's approach in dealing with you wanting to follow his footsteps? I know for my father, it's kind of hands off until I started to kind of ask questions at a rate that he was comfortable. What was your experience like?
I would say the same way. He never pressured me to play baseball or pitch or anything. I grew up not liking pitching at all, actually. And he never pressured me to be a pitcher. I just always wanted to be on the field, being like, I hated having days off. So I would always want to be in the field, hitting every day and pitching every 4 or 5 days. Like that wasn't like fun for me. And I also didn't have the best arm at the time either. So hitting was just the way I wanted to go about everything.
Well, Will Wagner, like Tony, a son of a Hall of Famer. And, we got a chance here on this show to go to Cooperstown and with Tony, and he saw his dad's plaque up there for the first time. Have you had a chance to visit Cooperstown? Did you get to go during the ceremony? Any thoughts on he's a Hall of Famer, man. That's pretty awesome.
No, it was awesome. Yeah, so last year, the Blue Jays actually let me go for 2 days to go watch my dad get inducted in. So it was really cool. Yeah. I was thankful for it all. But yeah, it was so cool seeing all the guys there, like Jeter, Griffey, Johnson, like all those guys. Like everyone's so special and like had such great meaning to the game of baseball. So it was really cool to be there. It was my first time too, so it was awesome. And I know my dad's going to go there every year too now, so it'd be cool to make some visits up with him.
It's hard. It's a lot harder to get down there when you're playing, obviously, in your off seasons. You're not always finding time to head up to Albany to go to a Hall of Fame. But pretty cool that the Blue Jays let you experience. Last one for me, you guys going into this series against the Dodgers. Everybody's going to say it's a big series. Obviously, we're coming up on the halfway point of the season. There's still a lot of baseball left, but you guys coming off the sweep of Atlanta. What's the vibe like in the locker room as you guys get ready to take on this Dodger team for this series?
Yeah, the guys are excited. I mean, we're heading in the right direction. We just beat a really good Braves team, and Dodgers are a really good team too. So we know we have it cut out for us, but we're really confident heading into the series.
We'll let you go on this one. I just want to let you know that I do my research before we do these interviews, and I noticed on the very bottom line of your bio, 2021 at Fayetteville, you got called in to pitch an inning and a third. You faced 4 batters. None of them got on base. You said you didn't like pitching, but you did okay. I mean, is this something that we could, if the Padres were in a real pinch, could you volunteer again?
I mean, I wouldn't say no. I hope it wouldn't be me called because I'd be super nervous for that. But I also had no time to be nervous when I got called up in low A, just because I was actually playing third base at the time, and our manager came out and just told me to take my wrist tape off and get on the mound. So I had no choice. But it worked out well. Yeah, I kind of got comfortable up there after the first couple pitches.
Yeah, you did okay. Well, Will, hey, we appreciate the visit. I don't know your dad, but again, please say hi and tell him I remember how great of a guy he was, and we wish you the best here in San Diego. It's great to have you on this ball club doing well.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
Will Wagner, Friar Friday, and good to have him aboard. I think he's now the second, father-son combination I've interviewed over the years.
Oh, yeah?
Actually, maybe the first, because I've really never interviewed Tony Gwynn Jr. that I know of.
I guess
I talked to him.
I guess so. Yeah, you talked to him.
Yeah, but
I've
done an actual interview.
Tony Gwynn Jr. is deep in his lineup right now.
Doing lineup time.
He's
well,
doing
why
lineup
don't we give everybody the lineup? You got a couple seconds here
when we get back.
Oh, you're gonna make them wait.
Yes, sir.
All right, Scravy's gonna make you wait for the lineup. You'll see if Will Wagner's in the lineup tonight, along with who else is in there. Dodger lineup is out, and we're about ready. A couple hours away. Sasaki against Bueller. Bueller?
Is that it?
Okay. Bueller.
Okay. I actually got in trouble once when I worked at the bank for looking up a celebrity, and it was totally wrong on my part. Totally wrong.
Looking up their account number?
Just I searched their name in the account system. And
Scrappy, what is wrong with you?
I was like 19.
You'd be better off.
You would be better.
You'd be better off admitting that you wore your underwear inside out. Frankly,
This guy is just searching up people's accounts.
It only happened that one time because I got caught.
How did you get caught?
The account was flagged, and anybody taking a look at it gets logged. And so I got called into the boss's office like 3 days later.
What did that come? I'm sorry, I gotta ask, but nobody's supposed to be doing this preview. What did that conversation? How did it go?
Well, why were you looking up Paris Hilton? Is that who it was?
I can neither confirm nor deny.
Oh my goodness.
I can neither confirm. That's really funny, Chris, that you just yelled out that name out of all names. No. But I walked in, I got called into the office, and I sat down, and all my boss, I loved her. She was great. Her name was Sharon. Amazing boss. She just slid the piece of paper in front of me.
You knew.
Said, "Did you visit this account?" And I looked. Yeah. She was like, "We're gonna have to write you up for this, and if you do it again, we're gonna have to fire you." And I said, "I'll never do it again." And I got out of there as soon as possible. Bam. I took everything, but it was not good. Not good.
Just curiosity, huh? He's like, I wonder how much they have in their account.
Yeah. I mean, before I got caught, I did look up athletes. And,
oh my God! I'm so glad you're sitting in this seat now.
Yes, I'm so happy you're not doing any job that can be dangerous to people's futures.
This was in the first year that I was there. I learned my lesson thoroughly.
Chris, as I said, as soon as they walked in, they was like, "Yeah, that's our guy right there.
That's our window.
We're gonna take him down."
Yep.
Just lucky I didn't get caught for like. I can't even say. I'll tell you guys off break whose account I saw and how much money they had sitting in their checking account.
And this was how long ago, too, by the way?
2009, 10. Way before I became a good person.
Didn't Bank America end up getting in trouble? Or was that, it was one of those banks got in trouble?
All of them get in trouble for selling information. But
I heard folks like you.
I wasn't selling any information. I was just wanting to see what was going on.
Curious.
I didn't check their account activity, which I could have. Been like, oh, they bought this here. I'm going to go up there. You know, I'm not that creepy.
Well, that's stock.
Oh, yeah, you're not that bad.
I'm not that creepy.
This is amazing, by the way. We're supposed to be doing.
How are we supposed to do baseball picks under these circumstances?
We can't anymore. I think we gotta push it. You guys never did it? Well, I mean,
no, Scrappy. We didn't.
Really? Okay. Like you work at a bank, you're looking at people's account information.
That's
unbelievable.
It only happened for a little bit, and then I got
only for a little bit.
I can't stop laughing at this because it is quite hilarious, Scrappy.
But you were saying that I may have gotten robbed or whatever. I actually did get robbed when I worked in San Francisco, and they're called quick change artists.
How long did you work in the banking industry?
8 years. I was a teller supervisor when I finished. I was also the merchant teller, which took in around $150,000 in cash a day. Guess what? Always balanced at the end of the day.
Yeah, I bet.
But there was a guy who walked in. He had about $5,000 in hundreds, and he handed it to me. He said, "Can I get 50s for these?" And I said, you know, it's pretty annoying that he wants
$5,000 in hundreds.
And he wanted $5,000 in 50s. He just wanted 50s instead of hundreds. So I had to go get it from the vault. I come back. I'm starting to count it out. And then he's he's like starting to ask me questions as I'm counting it
He's
out.
trying to myth.
And
What did I tell you, Chris? This is what I'm talking
Hey,
about.
That window right there.
Hey, this guy was so good that no one saw it coming. But so when I started getting mad at him because I counted out the 50s, he goes, "What are you doing?" I asked for 20s. And I'm like, "What? You did not ask for 20s. You asked for 50s, bro."
Yeah.
I had to go to the vault to get those 50s. And as I was getting all mad and talking to my boss, he took the cash off the counter and put it into this folder that he had on the thing that
The original 5,000 in hundreds.
Yeah, well, he kept going like that. And then I was so mad, I just grabbed it and I threw it in my drawer. And then he was like, "You know what? I'm out of here." And he walked out. And
How
then at
much
the end
did
of the
he get from
day,
you?
$3,000.
He got an extra 3 on you.
$3,000. Yeah, he got
See,
$3,000.
The thing about criminals like that, they can sniff out a mark really easy.
I'm not a mark.
You are 1,000%.
I was actually the bank's
Dog, they got you for 3 extra.
and that's the only time in my 8 years that I ever had anything happen like that.
I'm sure there are people who've been there 8 years that never had 0 taken.
Scrape, I got a 20 here. Can I get 5 5s, please?
I hate you guys.
Let's get to
That was one of the worst moments of my life, but you know what? It taught me a lot. Never trust anyone ever again.
You know what?
Tony is deep in thought. I cannot get his attention. He's
Still?
filling out his lineup.
Still filling out
He just
the
looked
lineup.
and I waved and he didn't see anything. I'm gonna text him.
Somebody send out a bulletin to Tony
SOS
in the booth.
in the booth.
Are we? I mean, this is not. He's awake, right?
Yes, he's
Okay.
awake.
I just didn't want to. The last time we misplaced Tony for a while, we found out he was asleep. So, all right, Tony will be. He's there.
He's looking at me right now.
He just needs to be here. No. Yes.
Oh, he's taking a phone call now. Let me take him off the screen. I'm not sure. I know that the cell phone accident. Anyway,
all right. Anyway, we'll get to. We got our Daily Gambit coming up this hour. Also, we're going to get into our countdown at the bottom of the hour, which is our 5 most unlikable people in sports. Give you a little preview. Scraby's number 1 most unlikable person in sports is in the Dodger lineup tonight. So,
we got to,
yeah, that's coming up at the bottom of the hour. By the way, I think for fun, you guys listen to the show, you listen to us, or many of you do, and we appreciate it, of course. You might have some fun, at least in my case. I think some of Tony's guys are people that he played for, people he played with. I wasn't aware of a lot of it. I think you can almost guess my 5 out there.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Or a lot of them.
Yeah.
Because, these are guys that I complain about a lot. So you have some fun. You might be able to guess a few. But we'll have our countdown at the bottom. Chris versus the fans at 4:00. The Big 5. And then Will Wagner. That was a fun interview. I enjoyed that. I do remember, honestly, visiting with his dad many years ago. I don't remember anything about the interview other than I remember hanging up going, hey, Billy Wagner's a good guy. Like certain guys, they do the interview and you're like, thank you. And you never think about it again.
Yeah.
Billy Wagner was a really good guy. So great to see his son.
It's funny. I mean, because honestly, those moments for them are just in passing kind of.
Right.
But if you don't have a good interview and you come off in a weird way, that's how people are going to perceive you.
Yes, it is.
So it's a skill, I think, for these guys to continually be able to
be
themselves and be happy and all that stuff.
I think it's something to remember for all of us, certainly us in the more of the public eye, because there's some people out there that, tweet me and I can just tell by what they tweet. They think I'm the worst human being on the planet. They just do. They might be right.
Are they wrong?
Yeah, I know. That's what I mean. I've given off that
kidding.
image.
Tony's back, by the way.
Okay, but they're really some of the things that people tweet to us, and you just wouldn't almost believe it. But for whatever reason, what I say or do or what they've heard about me rubs them the wrong way, and they're quick to point it out. But I'm just saying that because if you say if I do an interview with you and 2 people hear it and say, boy, he sounded kind of like a jerk, those 2 people tell 10 people, and those 10 people tell 10 people. And now by the time you're done, there's a few thousand people who think you're a jerk who didn't even hear the interview.
Yeah.
Never even heard one word of it.
Right.
That's so true.
So,
wait. Speaking of, we have to get to this real quick, guys. We got a voicemail earlier in the show, and we meant to talk about it, but we have to talk about this. Is that okay, Chris? I just just went crazy and started screaming and everything.
Oh, that's good.
But the game tonight is on Apple TV. So, by the way, Chris, we're going an extra 5 minutes today. But the Apple TV obviously is not a place where everybody in San Diego can watch for free. And so this person named Paul called our station and left a voicemail. And I want to address several points in this, but here's what he said. Well, being though the fan is run by the Padres, they probably won't mention the elephant in the room, which is tonight's game. It's a Friday night, biggest rivalry, the Dodgers, and 90% of people in San Diego, 90% of Padres fans will not be able to see the game because it's on Apple TV. This is ridiculous. It is stupid. I don't know why the station wouldn't talk about this. What an outrageous Friday night thing to do to San Diegans. Even though the Padres own you guys and own the station, I still think it's something you should mention because us fans are livid about this. Thank you. By the way, you can choose Jesse and Tony as the audio feature for Apple TV.
I just want to
let's pick apart that.
Let's
that
debunk the first. Yeah, let's debunk some of this. Okay, so the premise of that voicemail was somehow that we are trying to hide the fact that the game is on Apple TV.
Yeah, and we won't mention it.
Major League Baseball is not hiding it. We certainly aren't hiding it. As a matter of fact, Jesse and I, I'm sure that the post has already gone up or it's going to go up, that you can listen to him and I on the radio.
Yeah.
He does it pretty much every time there is a game in which you don't get Don and Mud. He does it every time. So I don't think we're trying to duck the smoke in terms of, the game being on Apple TV. We recognize that everybody has it, but it is the system in which we're working with right now.
Number one on that same subject, Tony, every time the game's on Apple TV, and you guys both know this, I complain and yell and scream about the fact that I have to stream the game and I don't like it and I hate it.
I mean, we literally had years of conversation and arguments about this.
Right.
Years.
and the thing is, the Apple TV people, they are really good to us. They come on, they do interviews. The soccer people, we've had, Heidi Watney from Apple TV on, so they're all been great. But I still criticize it because I hate the fact the game's on Apple TV. So to say that we are going to ignore it is absurd. We do more than ignore it. We criticize the hell out of it every time.
Yeah.
So let's get that clear. The second thing is they say, I know your station's owned by the Padres. It's not.
It's owned by Odyssey.
Okay. So that's just not a fact. And then
my paychecks come from Odyssey.
Well, no, I still get that side check from the Padres, for saying all the nice things.
I told you to funnel that to me.
Right. And then I think there was one more.
By the way, they probably want their money back this year too, by the way.
Yes, I know. We have not been as nice as normal for the Padres, but I'm just, I'm giving in to all the people that call us all shills on this show, and every other show on this station.
But what Paul is saying, he's not wrong. But what Tony said is the reality is that this is what we're working with.
And this is a baseball thing. Baseball sold the rights to these games to Apple TV. And as part of the deal, the game cannot be carried on local TV. You have to watch on Apple. That is not our fault. That is not the Padres' fault at all.
Nope.
And I would say it is if it were. But this is how baseball wants to, sell and make money on its sport. So you, Paul, and the rest of us who don't have Apple TV out there or don't feel like it, you can't watch the game tonight. But the person to be mad at is not Scraby and I and Tony. The person to be mad at is baseball because this is where they're doing it.
I mean, I just am dumbfounded. This person thinks that we're not talking about certain things because, I mean, you have made it well known for a long time. He literally
complains every time.
Every day almost about streaming games.
I overdo it.
I know.
Yeah.
I mean, Paul, we're kind of having fun with your email because you were mean to us, but you're not wrong. But at the same time, 97.
I don't think he was
fan
mean
is-
to us. He was just stating his case. We're just telling him where
he said
he's
even though the
mistaken.
Padres own you guys and own the station, like
Yeah, well, I don't.
You did take a little shot at us. It's
Yeah.
all good.
Well, that's not accurate, Paul. But you look, I feel that because this is Dodgers Padres. Not everybody has
I'm
a
with
ticket to the
them.
game tonight.
Yep, I'm with
People
them.
want to see the game. I don't blame you, man. This is a game you want to see. Now, I will say this to you, Paul, and anyone else who's wants to see the game. Correct me if I'm wrong. There must be some sports bars in San Diego that have Apple TV and be willing to show the game.
Many,
Yes.
many.
Okay.
Many.
So, what I would do,
But not everybody drinks.
well, you don't have
You don't
to
have to drink.
drink.
You can get water.
You can sit there and have a diet soda or whatever. But what I would do if you really want to see the game and you're, dedicated to it, call a bunch of sports bars and find one that near you that's going to probably show the game. So, but I do understand the frustration. Look, it's the same thing we've been talking about, mostly me, but about the NFL and how they do more and more and more and more games on streaming and how we don't like that. But we don't have a lot of, this is where it's all going. And the NFL makes all this extra money that they probably don't even need. And it keeps us from, having free games on TV. We hate that. We scream about it all the time.
I will say, and Nate makes a great point, because I hate Apple as a technology provider.
I love Apple as a technology
I know you do.
provider.
I
know
do
you
too.
do. I
God
know you
bless
guys
Apple
do.
right here,
I know
baby,
you
all
guys
the
do.
way.
But Apple TV should be free for people who have Apple products, because I think that's a fair deal.
I wouldn't mind that.
That's
I
a
wouldn't
fair
mind that.
deal right there.
Which
So,
would
Nate,
leave you
get
right
on
out in the cold there, buddy. You would get no
Guess
games or product.
I pay for Apple TV.
Yeah, what kind of phone do you have?
Google Pixel.
So you can get the Google Pixel streaming channel for free then.
There's no such thing as a Google Pixel streaming channel.
Well, then you're out of luck, pal. You're out of luck, which is where you should be.
Yes. Anyway.
All right.
Anywho.
We got about a minute to go.
Do we have the lineup ready?
Lineup is been ready.
Yeah, we're at lineup's ready, so let's get into that.
Toddy in right, Taylor in left, Merrill in center, Machado at third, Sheets is your designated hitter, Bogey at short, France at first base, Will Wagner, not Bill, that would be his dad. Will Wagner will be the second baseman, and Rodolfo Duran gets to start behind the dish.
Any surprise there that for me now active is not in, and Duran. I just throwing
for me
something
played the
out
other
there.
night.
No,
I don't think he did.
It's gonna
I thought he
be
did
a
on Wednesday.
He did.
Oh, he did. Okay.
He did.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a platoon. Neither guy is offensively knocking the door down. So the matchup, who may have some at bats, who may have the better connection with the pitcher. I don't know that there's gonna be somebody leading the way in starts with these two.
Yeah, and a memo to Luis Campusano. I know you're hurt, but you're missing a golden opportunity because this job could be yours. Secondly, on that same count, I did see yesterday that Jake Cronenworth has actually been heard from and is beginning some sort of whatever.
So what happened was,
tell me exactly. But there's at least some news on Jake.
So he was set to play with the Chihuahuas yesterday, but they have, with the concussion protocol, you have to get other clearances from more people instead of just being on the IL. And I guess it didn't happen in time for the game, so they're going to try to play him again tonight. So it's not like he had a setback. It's just he couldn't get cleared by the proper people that needed to sign off.
Well, I'd love to have Jake back on this ball club. Heart and soul. And, when he gets back, I don't think he's going to hit 148. But in the meantime, as we checked, Will Wagner's done a really good job getting on base and making some things happen. And we know Samad Taylor has been, to me, is the MVP of the month of June. He has to be. Who else would it be? Nobody.
Not a lot of options.
Not a lot of options. By the way, Dodgers, Ohtani, Pajes, Freeman, Betts, Muncy, Tucker, Edman, rushing, and Alex Freeland is the 9 hitter at second base tonight.
This is probably as healthy as we've caught them. I think we haven't caught Edman all year.
No, he just came back.
Although they're missing Smith, so they're still not full.
And Teoscar's out as well.
And Teos, right?
Yeah. So you got a couple of guys out. So, all righty. We got the Tony wrapping this up.
Yeah. Let's get to break. We got the Tony getting us to break. More Gwynn and Chris on the other side.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center.
What are we doing, guys?
I'm going to see the museum for the first time ever. It's going to be sweet. See my dad's plaque. See where Trevor's plaque is going to be. It's going to be pretty dope.
Chris,
I'm going to go to the Hall of Fame for the second time because I went earlier today, but I'm going in to see Tony go into the Hall of Fame. So all the way straight and back left.
Straight back left.
Straight on that back wall.
This one?
Yeah.
How you feeling, Tony?
I don't know how I'm feeling right now, honestly.
Excited?
I'm definitely excited. Hello, Eric. How you doing? Pretty good.
Wow. Just like I told you, next to the famous Barney Dreyfus and Leslie Wilkinson, whoever they are.
That does look like them.
I know. It's a good shot. They don't do them all that great. That one's good. Really good.
I missed a year. 300. Must have been bad. Huh? I used to be. Not anymore, though.
Oh, it's so cool. What team did you play on?
I can give you a long list of them. Humorous, Padres, Dodgers, Phillies, Nationals.
What position did you play?
I played outfield. This was my dad. Oh, there's Dick Williams, Goose. I think he'd be pretty happy with his company over here. So.
What are you thinking to see it for the first time?
I'm thinking
I'm hot. I'm quite warm right now, but it's cool. I mean, it's what I thought it was going to be. I mean, not too many people can say they have a dad that's enshrined in this place. So I think this is awesome.
What are we doing, guys?
I'm going to see the museum for the first time ever. It's going to be sweet. See my dad's plaque. See where Trevor's plaque is going to be. It's going to be pretty dope.
Chris,
I'm going to go to the Hall of Fame for the second time because I went earlier today, but I'm going in to see Tony go into the Hall of Fame. So all the way straight and back left.
Straight back left.
Straight on that back wall.
This one?
Yeah.
How you feeling, Tony?
I don't know how I'm feeling right now, honestly.
Excited?
I'm definitely excited. Hello, Eric. How you doing? Pretty good.
Wow. Just like I told you, next to the famous Barney Dreyfus and Leslie Wilkinson, whoever they are.
That does look like them.
I know. It's a good shot. They don't do them all that great. That one's good. Really good.
I missed a year. 300. Must have been bad. Huh? I used to be. Not anymore, though.
Oh, it's so cool. What team did you play on?
I can give you a long list of them. Humorous, Padres, Dodgers, Phillies, Nationals.
What position did you play?
I played outfield. This was my dad. Oh, there's Dick Williams, Goose.
I think he'd be pretty happy with his company over here. So.
What are you thinking to see it for the first time?
I'm thinking hot. I'm quite warm right now, but it's cool. I mean, it's what I thought it was going to be. I mean, not too many people can say they have a dad that's enshrined in this place. So I think this is awesome.
What are we doing, guys?
I'm going to see the museum for the first time ever. It's going to be sweet. See my dad's plaque. See where Trevor's plaque is going to be. It's going to be pretty dope.
Chris, I'm going to go to the Hall of Fame for the second time because I went earlier today, but I'm going in to see Tony go into the Hall of Fame. So all the way straight at the back left.
Straight back left.
Straight on that back wall.
This one?
Yeah.
How you feeling, Tony?
I don't know how I'm feeling right now, honestly.
Excited?
I'm definitely excited. Hello, Eric. How you doing? Pretty good.
Wow. Just like I told you, next to the famous Barney Dreyfus and Leslie Wilkinson, whoever they are.
That does look like them.
I know. It's a good shot. They don't do them all that great. That one's good. Really good.
I missed a year. 300. Must have been bad. Huh? I used to be. Not anymore, though.
Oh, it's so cool. What team did you play on?
I can give you a long list of them. Humorous, Padres, Dodgers, Phillies, Nationals.
Right back here at the bottom of the hour for our countdown. The 5 people in sports that we find to be most unlikable. Just for fun. See how many of my 5 you can guess. If you listen to the show, you probably have a pretty good idea. And Scraby, I want to thank Scraby, did not include me in his 5. I thought I would be on there.
I
know.
about it.
I'm sure I was in the
many times.
I know, but I didn't get on there, so I'm pleased with that. Daily Gambit coming up here. Padres Dodgers tonight. We did give you the Padre lineups and the news of the day that Luis Rengifo.
Nice job.
Yeah, Scraby is the guy.
Job.
Luis Rengifo has been signed to a minor league deal by the Padres, just let go by the Brew Crew earlier this week. And, little insurance policy news of the day. And if there's any other news from Craig Stammen before the ball game, you'll be in on it. All right, let's do some Daily Gambit stuff, Scrabe.
Do you like money?
I think about money a lot.
Do you like money without doing anything?
Winning.
Do you want to make money while watching sports?
I think Washington is immortal luck.
Washington! Woohoo! If you answered yes, this is your segment. Just don't blame us when you lose.
Nothing is ever your fault.
It's your game. Take it.
Gwynn and Chris go through the top bets of the day in the Daily Gambit on 97.3 The Fan.
Daily Gambit is our daily sports betting segment here on Gwynn and Chris. Please, everybody, gamble responsibly. Chris and I are broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios where we know how. Yesterday, we bet on it was the USA-Turkey game over under 2.5 total goals, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you went under. Tony and I went over. And it was 5 total goals in the game.
Even Dave Marcus was hurt by the loss. Said he'd rather see a game with 5 goals than a 0-0. So he was even pleased with all the offense.
I was thinking about you, Chris. I mean, I was like, they scored within the first 2 minutes of the game.
Yeah, and the last second of the game.
Yes, they did.
I know this will never happen, but the whole thing is at the end of a game, right? They put the extra time up there. But it's up to the referee to actually end the game by blowing the whistle.
Yes.
I mean, if you had like some guy who, kind of what was that guy's name? Donaghy, the NBA
Tim
ref.
Donaghy?
If you had the Tim Donaghy of soccer officiating out there, he saw the potential for a late goal like that, and he just blew the whistle. So game over. Sorry. Just as Turkey was centering the ball. You know what I mean? Dude, that's it.
It's over.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Everybody go home.
Game over.
It's all good.
All right.
All right, so that was a win for Tony and I. Yankees minus 1.5 against the Red Sox. We all went Yankees. We were all wrong because the Red Sox won 6-3. Cubs and Mets over under 8.5 total runs. Chris and I went over. Tony went under. They only combined for 7. So we did not win that
Swanson did not have an RBI last night, so he had to settle for 15 RBIs in the series.
Oh man, I'm sorry for him.
Yeah,
I'm
rough.
sorry. Then the next one was Christopher Sanchez versus Mackenzie Gore in strikeouts last night. Sanchez minus 2. And so Sanchez had 6, minus that 2 is 4. Mackenzie Gore had 5. So he wins the bet and Tony wins the bet. And Tony wins the bet.
Oh.
So we move on to the next one, which was Cam. I got to be careful with these names.
We all do.
Cam Schlittler.
Yeah.
Over under 17.5 outs in the game. Chris and Tony went over. I went under. He only had 15 outs in the game.
Really?
5 innings for Schlittler.
Interesting.
Aces minus 5.5 against the Wings last night. You went Wings. Tony and I went Aces. Aces win by 15, 99-84. Paige Beckers against Asia Wilson. Asia Wilson minus 7. Paige Beckers had 25 points, and Asia Wilson had 32. So they pushed.
Tied.
Yep.
Interesting.
The last one, Flau'jae Johnson, I did not get her results.
Right. Her with the storm.
You
don't really need to because I think I lost every bet. I'm out of money already. It didn't sound like I won too many there.
Seattle Storm. There we go. I forgot who was the Storm.
Flau'jae Johnson.
She had
how'd you do?
Wow, 28 points.
Good
so
game
over.
for her.
So all of us went over.
Okay. All right. The one everybody cares about tonight, Dodgers minus 1.5 against your Padres. Scrappy, you go first.
I'm not going to pick the Dodgers.
I wouldn't imagine
tonight.
so.
No, Padres.
I like the Padres here. 7.5 runs. This is a little more difficult. Over, under, total runs scored in the ball game. If you've been paying attention, 7.5, they never get to.
Yeah.
But lately, right, seems like there has been some runs scored.
It's true.
You got Buehler, you got Sasaki. I'm going to go over tonight. I feel like we might have a little offense. What do you think?
I don't know what Sasaki did recently, but I know that he was good there for a bit, and then he had a bad one.
Yeah, but he's going to struggle tonight because we're going to be booing the crap
everyone.
out of this guy.
Is this the first time he's pitching? I believe so. Right?
I think so. Can we? You know what? This is mean, but what the hell? It's part of my job. Can we bring him to tears out there? Remember, he was crying.
Of course, I remember.
He was crying in the dugout that one game. That's all.
Yeah, so, everybody just boo him, and don't be disrespectful.
Oh no,
just boo.
Just booze. Boo. Yeah, just do that. That'll get the job done.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to go.
Boos are acceptable.
Over as well.
Over. All right. Sasaki is back in the hunt here. -1 total strikeouts against Buehler. So Sasaki giving 1. Buehler getting 1. Who has more strikeouts?
I feel like Walker Buehler is going to be a man on a mission. I'm going to go Buehler.
This seems like a Sasaki win, but I'm going to go with my gut. Buehler here. Speaking of strikeouts, we got 2 guys who get a lot of them pitching tonight. Mizorowski against the Cubs or Skeens against the Reds. So they're both pitching tonight. Who will have more strikeouts? I mean, that used to be an easy one for Skeens, but Mizorowski has been
amazing.
Unhittable.
Yeah.
I'm going to take Skeens because the Cubs are just a little better than the Reds. But that's a hard one. Mizorowski has been lights out.
I'm going to go Mizorowski.
Going to take him. I mean, Mizorowski, I give the guy credit, man. You and I just were all over his case a couple of months ago.
Well, we should have been.
Right. He could 5 innings, cramping up the whole thing.
He's got like a no-hitter and 18 strikeouts. He's like, got to cramp, got to leave the game.
Get out. Yeah, but he's not doing that anymore. One more in the Dodger-Padre game. Ohtani versus Tatis. Runs plus hits plus RBIs. Who wins?
I hate to say this, Chris, but Shohei Ohtani is on another level right
He
now.
homers almost every game right now.
I think he's hitting 296.
Can't stand him.
17 homers. It's unfortunate how
Remember
good
when he was
is.
down there like 3 or 4 home runs and we were like trying to make
We're
fun
like,
of him?
yeah, man, Shohei's he's pitching. He's
Right,
focusing
he's
too much
focusing
on pitching.
yeah, that's not happening anymore. So you're taking Ohtani here over Tatis?
No.
Oh.
No, I'm going to go Tatis.
You are.
I'm not going Ohtani.
Yeah. Sorry, I can't do it.
You're going Ohtani?
Yes, it's runs plus hits, arts, RBIs.
But
Fernando
who
is still
better?
Fernando is still at 3 home runs. Otani's at 17.
But Fernando is now a Luis Arraez 3 hits a game guy.
Yeah, but no RBIs for Fernando.
That's true.
And I said that only so he'll drive in a couple tonight,
Please
and then
do.
I'll get attacked. You said he never gets an RBI. What do you know? You're an idiot. People are hilarious. On to the World Cup. The darlings of the tournament, Cape Verde, taking on Saudi Arabia. Cape Verde has managed a draw with both Spain and Uruguay. That is something people did not see coming. They are favored by a half goal tonight. And I'm first. I'm going to go Cape Verde. Why not? They keep the prestidigitation alive.
I'm going to go. Yeah, I don't know anything about either of these teams, but Cape Verde is a good story, so I'll go with
They've
that.
been a good story. Spain and Uruguay, good match. It's this is a big time matchup. 2.5 goals.
Over under
2.5 for the game. Over. I'm going to bet. Yeah, over seems the way. It's got to be 2-1. Over. One quick WNBA. The Atlanta Dream are at the Golden State Valkyries tonight. Angel Reese. That's a pretty big number for Angel Reese. 30.5 points plus rebounds plus assists.
I'm sorry. Can you say it correctly? Points plus me bounds. Plus
right,
assists.
me bounds plus assists. Yeah. The bad news for Angel is if she gets points, she can't get a me bound. She has to miss the shot to get a me bound. You know what? The people that are Angel Reese haters are just going to be haters.
Yes, they are.
And I see it on the videos, on the tweets. They show her missing layups and getting her own rebounds, and she can't do this, she can't do that. Maybe it's time we start talking about what she can do. She is leading the league in rebounds. Her team is one of the top teams in the league. Maybe Angel Reese can play a little bit, and it's unfortunate that a lot of people seem to be anti-Angel. Having said that, I'll go over.
Okay. I'll go under to be a contrarian.
All right. Caitlin Clark is not in action.
No, she's out.
This weekend out with a back injury that was suffered sometime between the time she was stepped on and punched in the neck the other night.
I said this last night. The WNBA, to me, strikes me as they're jealous of her.
They're making a big mistake here.
I'm saying the players, not the.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's part of it. It's kind of like the golfers who didn't like Tiger Woods.
Yeah, because
until they started looking at their paychecks and went, wait a minute, he's making us a bunch of money. Caitlin Clark is going to help all of you make more money, higher ratings. It's been proven every game she's on TV gets twice the ratings of other games. So even if you're jealous of her, smart of you to stop knocking her off the end of the floor and beating her up, because Caitlin Clark is good for your personal business. I hate to tell you.
I got no other words. It's
right.
Perfect there. It just seems like there's so much. The way that the players are doing it seems like jealousy. Like they're taking cheap shots left and right.
You can watch a clip of a compilation of shots that she's taken that are cheap shots. The only thing I'm going to say in defense of the players who've given out a lot of her cheap shots, I do think Caitlin brings a little of it on herself because she's kind of an annoying pest out there on the floor, and I think she lets you know about it. And so maybe you can understand some of the frustration, but not all of it. All right, take a break. Countdown. Speaking of people we don't like, Caitlin Clark make our lists. It's all coming up next in the countdown.
From the first pitch.
these things. It even tells you, hey, there's a canyon over here. Don't hit it here.
Scraby from about 45 feet. His caddy tells him to play it a little to the right. He's been playing well so far today. Fourth hole. Nice smooth delivery. Hit it too hard.
Sasquatch.
So Chris says that he can't play golf, but this is the second birdie putt he's made for us. This time it was like 20 feet.
Thank you very much, Greg. But once again, you're hitting some very nice shots as well. I'm not usually complimentary to you, but can't help but be complimentary. Your shot making today.
With my what?
Your shot making. You hit some.
These things. It even tells you, hey, there's a canyon over here. Don't hit it here.
Scraby from about 45 feet. His caddy tells him to play it a little to the right. He's been playing well so far today. Fourth hole. Nice smooth delivery. Hit it too hard.
Sasquatch.
So Chris says that he can't play golf, but this is the second birdie putt he's made for us. This time it was like 20 feet.
Thank you very much, Greg. But once again, you're hitting some very nice shots as well. I'm not usually complimentary to you, but can't help but be complimentary. Your shot making today.
With my what?
Your shot making. You hit some.
These things. It even tells you, hey, there's a canyon over here. Don't hit it here.
Scraby from about 45 feet. His caddy tells him to play it a little to the right. He's been playing well so far today. Fourth hole. Nice smooth delivery. Hit it too hard.
So Chris says that he can't play golf, but this is the second birdie putt he's made for us. This time it was like 20 feet.
Thank you very much, Craig. But once again, you're hitting some very nice shots as well. I'm not usually complimentary to you, but I can't help but be complimentary. Your shot making.
With my what?
Your shot making. You hit some. Bill House Studios, we know how. Gwynn and Chris, and yeah, you're going to figure this out pretty quick, so I'll just tell you anyway. I came up with the countdown subject today because I guess it's more near and dear to my heart. Our top 5 people in sports that are unlikable.
It's now time for Gwynn and Chris to rank their top 5 of the day.
Gonna grip and rip as usual.
But this isn't just a regular top 5 list.
I love it. It sounds sadistic, but I love it.
This is the countdown. And it starts right now on 97.3 The Fan.
All right, countdown time, Friday. So I always like the countdown because it happens on Friday. And we got the Dodgers in town, guys. So I thought, I think we like most stuff on this show. I'm not really speaking for myself. I'm speaking for you guys. I don't like everything. So this category may be easier for me. But with the Dodgers in town, the hated Dodgers in town, I thought it might be fun for our personal list of our 5 most unlikable people in sports. So this is a list you probably don't want to be on.
Yeah.
And it can be athletes. It can be, coaches or, administrators, whoever it is that works for you.
Okay.
Do you want me to lead off here?
You go.
All right. I've kind of gone back and forth here on my number 5 guy. I have kind of 5 and 5.5, but I'm going to start with Rafael Devers.
Really? He makes the list.
I'm going to put him at number 5. It's not so much, well, it is for him to a certain extent, but to me, it's for what he's been representing here. And, I think all of us, don't like the fact that there are certain guys that just make unbelievable amount of money and don't really seem to give back, to the game that they're playing. And, I am not a fan of a guy who is more about himself, at least on the surface, than he is about the team. And I thought he showed that in spades last weekend. I thought the Red Sox situation has followed him now. And I also think that, his whole situation is an example of what's going on and what's wrong a lot in sports, where the inmates are running the asylum in a lot of cases. So it's Rafael Devers for him and what he represents is number 5 for me.
Okay. Oh, me.
Yeah.
Okay. I am going to go with, I'm just going to do it. It's not Deion Sanders. It's Coach Prime that I dislike because.
Oh, no. You're a fan of Deion.
I love Deion. He won me a Super Bowl. That was the best year of my life was 1994. When
you like the guy in the
won
Aflac commercials?
Yes.
He's okay.
No, he's Coach Prime.
Oh, that's Coach Prime.
Yeah, that's Coach Prime.
You don't like him. Sorry.
But his Aflac commercials are kind of great. I just didn't like the double standard with Shador about playing his song over the band song when they scored a touchdown, the whole parking issue. So I didn't like how he handled it.
You don't like the fact that as a father, he gave his son a
carte blanche on whatever he wanted to do.
Carte blanche, you say.
Carte blanche.
Okay.
Let me just go park my Rolls Royce in this non-parking area.
You just don't like him because he got his son a Rolls Royce. That's what
he
you
did.
don't like.
I think. Well, yeah. Anyway, doesn't matter. Tony,
you're number 5. This is not easy for Tony because Tony likes most everyone.
Yeah, he doesn't.
I really do. This is. I had to think. I'm still thinking hard on some of this. The Boston Celtics. I'll start there.
There you go, Tony. You're getting the spirit of this.
It's just not a franchise that I can get down with under any circumstances. I like Jaylen Brown. I actually like Tatum, but the organization sucks. I just, no matter how you slice it, they have the most homer broadcasters, which bugs the hell out of me. I can't stand it. I wish them. I wish their franchise nothing but terrible.
Nothing but agony for the Celtics.
Yes.
That's fair. And I think, as a Laker fan, you're almost,
Yes.
that's part of
being a Laker fan.
Yeah. All right. Number 4 on my guys that are most unlikable in sports. I want to preface this by saying this is not an attack on Scraby, but he thinks it is. Number 4 is Rory McIlroy. And
let me add that one to the list.
Oh, yeah. See, I gave Tony another one. The thing with McIlroy is, again, what he represents. He himself, might be a decent guy. But what he represents is a tone-deaf, multi-gazillionaire who whines and complains about every little thing. And it just feels like, Rory, walk a mile in our shoes. The rest of us in the world, who don't get, red carpet treatment, who don't have everything go our way, who don't have everybody all day long telling us how great we are, because every now and again, Rory, somebody be critical or say something and he'll take it all personal, upset. Bear down and hit the shot. Will you please? He's an incredibly good golfer. And unfortunately, I have to watch him at the top of the leaderboard all the time. But what he represents bugs. And I'm sorry, Scraby, that you take it personally every time I mention
I
it.
wasn't even listening, honestly.
Yeah, I know
all that was gobbledygook.
Gobbledy for you. Okay, who's your number 4?
My number 4 is going to be a guy who doesn't pitch anymore, but he annoyed me so much when he pitched with the Dodgers, but Joe Kelly. I can't stand
there you go. It's a little Dodger
Kelly.
hate. It's a little Dodger
Like
hate.
when he threw at Fernando that one time and then called him the B word or whatever. I don't even know what he called him. He called him a bad word. I was like jumping off my couch ready to go fight Joe Kelly because of that. He just bothers me for every reason, and I don't know why, but that's my number 4.
I think you know why. I mean,
because he's annoying.
He throws the ball at you, and then he tells you how much he hates you.
Yeah.
Right.
And he wears those like rec specs too, and he thinks he's all tough.
That's what I hate, Scraby. I can't stand the rec spec. All right, Tony, number 4.
Rory will slide in number 4. I can't put him.
Got Rory, yeah.
Rory's at 4, man. Rory does cry a lot. He has taken over, maybe for Sergio now as like and it's probably because Sergio's not as good anymore. But Rory McIlroy cries as much as Sergio Garcia, and
what was the last thing he cried about?
Well, he literally didn't take interviews after one round that he had a bad one. Like
that was like 2 years ago.
He only wants to do interviews when it goes well.
And that was 2 years ago that he walked out on an interview.
It's not the only one he's walked
Tony,
out.
He didn't even apologize for it. He just kind of just moved
on.
You
know what Tony would have said to me if I said, well, I hate the interview from 2 years ago? Tony would have been like, you don't think he could have changed by now?
No, he hasn't changed by now because
you
know what? Every tournament they go to Rory because they know he's going to give him something about what's wrong, and he never disappoints.
You know what? I would like for the chat to right now put in there how they feel about Rory McIlroy. Just you like him or you hate him. I just want to know.
All right,
no judgment. No judgment.
Right. Moving on to number.
I got to hit the number.
Number 3.
All right, number 3. It's our countdown of our most unlikable people in sports. Again, now I apologize for ahead of time for Scraby on the last one. I apologize for Tony ahead of time on this one because I know Tony kind of likes it. But here's Juan Soto. There's no way I can get through this without him. Look, the play that the guy hits a ground ball. He doesn't run. Song boots the ball into right field and, goes and gets the ball and throws him out. And that just stuff drives me crazy. I'm sorry. I can't deal with it. The perceived image of Juan Soto as a complete, utter diva, it just rubs me the wrong way. And it always has. And we don't really need to say a lot more. It's great.
All right.
Number 3 for you.
My number 3 is going to be, I gotta say Zion. I've been complaining about the guy for years. Although I do think that this last year he completely changed and he kind of played a lot.
Stayed a little healthier, didn't he?
Yeah, and he was in shape the entire season, so I can't really complain about him now. But for a while there, he was my number 1 by far and away. Guy gets $250 million and does not play.
This is the equivalent. maybe without the money. This is you're the poor version of this, right? And I mean that in a way of
what? This is offensive.
When you were going through alcohol.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
If someone ran across you during that time, they'd be like, man, this guy is just a loser, right?
Absolutely.
And then all of a sudden you got healthy and you're a completely different person.
Yeah.
I think it's called maturation, a little bit, right? And you grow up.
Yeah.
And he was a lot younger than you, trying to figure out a grown man's league.
Because
of all people should have a little more grace.
I mean, it wasn't like he was not showing up to practice. He was just fat. I mean, he was just eating.
But he was fat just to begin with. I mean, he's just a big, hefty guy.
There was nothing about his work there was nothing about him being a bad teammate other than he likes to eat pizza.
It was a discipline. It was a discipline that
is a discipline,
though.
But you know who else didn't have?
I told you, I don't have many things to say about him.
Also didn't have a very good discipline as an NBA player. Charles Barkley.
Really?
Yeah, he showed up and played though, and it didn't seem to bother his performances.
There's certain people.
All right.
Number 3 on my list, Craig Breslow.
Ooh,
there you go. Yeah, the Red Sox GM. Yeah, Mr. Know-It-All.
I think all of I think all of the noise that happened 2 months ago brought me back to my time with him as a teammate, and it just made me remember that it's the same guy. Like he's very much a guy who knows a whole lot more than everybody else.
That's annoying. That's super annoying.
All right.
That's
when we were playing again, I couldn't tell him he was wrong because I wasn't 100% sure he was because he's going to Yale. I was like, I kind of had to just shut up most of the time.
He's going to Yale.
but now it's like, I told you, I knew it.
Yeah. Guys that know it all, gals that know it all, man, that's tough. A lot of times they're right, but a lot of times they're
wrong.
Yeah.
Number 2.
All right, number 2 on my most unlikable list is going to be this year's version of this person, and it's Joey Maguire. Joey Maguire, you don't know the name until I tell you who he is.
Is he like a logger or something?
No, he is the head football coach at Texas Tech. And Joey Maguire... Joey Maguire
is a good one.
Right. Look, he's just this year's version of it, right? I mean, because the rest, it is crazy that the rest of college football is being so critical of Texas Tech for, doing whatever it takes to win.
He took the light off of Lane Kiffin for a while.
He's taking Lane off the hook for a
he's
while.
Not been on your list yet.
Yeah, I haven't got Lane. Well, Joey's kind of Lane this year. But, yeah, it's just the whole image of college football, which is, we'll do whatever it takes, moral or immoral or whatever, illegal, in order to win. That's the image a lot of us have of college football. And obviously, Texas Tech kind of seems to embody that more than anyone right now. So I went with Joey Maguire, number 2.
That's a really great one. That's a good one. My number 2 is someone that Chris loves. Jackson Smith and Jigba. Number 1.
I do love Jackson
He is
Smith.
incredibly good. Number 2, yes, he's going to beat up on the 49ers for years and years and years to come. Yes, but number 3, he takes himself way too seriously. When he got his Offensive Player of the Year trophy and they misspelled his name, like he was legitimately mad about it.
He had every right to be mad about it.
He was like, okay, in private, be mad, but going on social media, be like, "Come on, bro, what is this?"
No,
bro?
wait a second. That was
what is he going?
But it wasn't even the first time. It was the second thing that they screwed up. The first time he was private about it, and that didn't seem to work.
See, if I received that award, I would think it was hilarious. I would put it on there and be like, "Hey,
you
look
would
at this."
not.
Yes, I would.
I don't think so.
I love to poke fun at myself.
All right, let me ask you a question. Sorry, Tony, but when a couple of years ago, our radio show, this one here, was voted one of the top shows in San Diego by, I think it was a newspaper or, the UT or one of the polls that they put out there.
Rigged poll, but
whatever the polls are, we got recognized.
Yes.
But they did not put our name in correctly. Do you remember that? They did not put Gwynn and Chris show. They put something altogether wrong.
Doesn't bother me.
It did too. Oh my goodness, you were so upset.
All I said was, at least you can get the show name right.
Well, that's what JSN said.
That's
JSN said, "Come on, bro. What is this, bro?"
Nah, that's how it started, and then you snowballed as the day kept going.
Snowballed a little bit.
But you guys also know that you can poke me into getting more angry.
I see.
All
right.
We didn't have
Chris is
that
good
one.
at planting things in my head to get me more angry.
He's blaming it on you.
Well, he hasn't. Hang on, he hasn't got to number 1 yet, so I could still be left on the list.
Broadcasters are available. All right, Tony.
Micah Owings.
Micah Owings. I'm not placing that. I know the name.
I think that was his name. A pitcher for the Reds. He was one of like the first like hit pitcher guys. He was a good hitting pitcher.
Oh, okay.
And one day, I think it was in 2009, he squared me up like right in the thigh.
Oh, he threw at you.
And the only reason why I didn't go out is because I was hurting so bad that I couldn't actually run out there.
I'm gonna get that fracker.
And, there's when you get in the box, there is a and you're in there so often and you see pitchers throwing. There was a moment where you like, yo, he was looking like right at me when he threw that. Like that, it was just something about that at bat. I was like,
yeah.
Yo, he did that on purpose. Like he was like looking at me. Like I don't know if I've ever experienced it. I got back to Doug. I asked Buddy. I was like, I think he did that. Told him, I think he did that on purpose. He said, you think so? I was like, it certainly seemed like he was looking right at me. And from that point on, I don't know that I made too many outs against him, but he was that one got under my skin.
That's fair.
It came out of nowhere.
Yeah,
it came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Man, we should get Micah Owings on the show so we can ask him about this.
Well, let's not get him on the show.
Friday.
He probably was a secret gambler back in the day and lost money betting on your dad or something.
Maybe.
And it was carrying over.
Number 1.
All right, number 1, my most disliked person in sports. First of all, I'm a little upset that I forgot Lane Kiffin, but I feel like we got him in there with the last one. So he at least got a mention. But he's not number 1 anyway. Number 1 most disliked person for me, you guys are going to know this, is a big-time dick. That's right, Dick Monfort, the owner of the Colorado Rockies.
I was like, am I going to have to hit the dump button on this?
No.
But no, I don't, because his name is Dick.
That is his name, and that is what he is. And I just, I feel for the Rocky people. My wife's from Denver. They go through this, every year. They have to put up with the world's worst baseball team because, he's absolutely everything that's wrong with sports in terms of, just hoarding money and not, even at all listening or paying any attention to his entire fan base. And, that bothers me quite a bit. So he's on top for me.
He for sure is leading the way with these proposals. I know he's coming.
Oh my goodness, these proposals.
That's the thing. They're putting him in charge of all this stuff.
That's why you know that the proposals are not fair proposals.
I know. It's never going to work with him.
My number 1 is flavor of the moment, I guess, but Dalton Rushing has been really bothering me this year. He's been pretty annoying this year.
Yeah, he's been kind of there.
He climbed the 1 just because of that.
Yeah,
and he's in town and coming off of the whole thing the other day.
And he could be listening on his way to the ballpark right now. So you just want to get
it's kind of high, man. I'm just saying.
It's pretty high.
Hey, I told you, flavor of the moment. Okay. Flavor of the moment.
He moved right past JSN, who you've been yelling at for years.
Yeah, because he's in Dalton Rushing's in town tonight. JSN's not in town. So.
All right. Tony, wrap us up.
Number 1 on my list of most disliked, Ken Maka.
Ken Maka, manager, manager, right?
Manager, played for Ken Maka in 2009, only for briefly before I was traded.
Yeah.
Man, this dude basically told me I couldn't play at all. And so,
whoa, really?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Maybe he did you a favor, but
no, he definitely did me a favor. I got traded to San Diego, and it was that
lit a fire.
The start
Can you
of
take
my
us into the
career.
conversation a little, just for old time's sake?
So I had come in this camp. I had a shoulder impingement, so I kind of got off to a slow. I ended up having a cortisone shot. I was actually hurt, and I don't know if he thought I was faking or whatnot, but just his energy towards me, the whole camp, and then eventually before calling me in, tell me they're going to designate me. The first time I got designated, actually worked out to perfection, because then I got traded to San Diego, I got healthy, and then boom, I was in the big leagues for the rest of the time, basically. And Kim Maka never managed again after that stint.
Heyo. I mean,
so there you go.
Sounds like his eye for talent was a little bit off.
Definitely.
He had a I think a decent run in Oakland when he was there, but it didn't last very long.
Now his name is a drink at Starbucks, isn't it?
That's mocha.
Oh, sorry.
Matcha.
Or matcha.
Yeah, matcha. Yeah, not mocha,
He
matcha.
said now his name is a drink at Starbucks.
Yeah, it's all he's become. All right, there's our list today, our countdown. Hope you had some fun, and I'm sure you have some names on your own list out there. We'll come back with much more Gwynn and Chris. A little Chris versus the fans is headed your way. 833-288-0973 for trivia time.
KWFN and KWFN HD1 San Diego.
Hey, it's Chris Ello from Gwynn and Chris. Tune in for sports talk with a little bit of nonsense mixed. Gonna head down after the game. Introduce yourself to Dalton Rushing.
I will not. Are you? Because I think you're going to the game.
Yeah, I am. No, I'm going to be looking for Dick Montfort. See if he's at the game.
No, he doesn't care about baseball. Are you serious?
I know. It's like, has he ever even been to a game?
No, probably not.
I mean, not to carry further on Dick Montfort, but as we touched on there, like, it seems like the owners are putting him forward, right, as one of the guys to, like, try to figure out this whole.
Yeah. And you know what? Tells me that
this whole mess with the Players Association. I mean, you're going to use the cheapest guy you can think of?
Yeah.
How's he ever going to work something out?
He's not. That's
right?
The thing. That's the thing. And the proposals that they made yesterday, I looked quite a bit into this. And it's basically like, we're going to give you this, but like, we're not telling you that we're taking away a lot over the years. Like, they're just making offers that aren't in good faith. They're making offers that are going to actually hurt the players in the long run.
Well, they're trying to also win a little bit in the court of public opinion. But
yes,
as I said yesterday, it doesn't matter until they go ahead and say there's no salary cap, or until the players say we'll accept one.
Mm-hmm.
Until one of those two things happen, the rest of it doesn't mean much. Evan Drellich reporting today that Bruce Meyer, interim head of the MLBPA, said, quote, not that I'm surprised he would say this.
Yeah, this is.
But he said, I will tell you with all honesty, I've never seen this degree of unity at this point among agents and players. I think, honestly, the league has done us a favor because their proposals are, in fact, so obviously and extremely bad for players at all levels that has actually been a benefit for our unity. Anybody who's banking, listen to this. This is not great news, people. Anybody who's banking on Major League Baseball players cracking, it's never happened. It's not going to happen. That's why we're the only ones who don't have a salary cap. Bruce Meyer, you are 100% right. But in the end, you're going to end up being wrong. And I'm just saying, if they are going to hold out forever and ever and ever, the players, if they have they have the money saved up, they got the unity, they're going to, never crack. They're going to absolutely stand by this no salary cap ever, ever, ever. I just think that we're not going to have baseball. I mean, because the owners, I don't think are going to crack that they have to have a salary cap. And I hate to tell the players, even though, you and I have talked about it. Tony talks about it all the time. The owners have the money. They don't need a salary cap, the owners. They really don't. And that's why the players won't accept one. But the court of public opinion is going to all say that the players are the ones blowing it. We are. We're going to blame the players for not accepting what the owners are offering.
And I will fight for the players, but I also want the players to understand there is a limit to where I'm willing to go to fight for you.
Yeah. I mean, and look, this is the most obvious of all, but if the players show their unity and hold out on one side, and if the owners say, well, then we're just not going to have baseball, then they can all claim victory, but they actually all lose.
Yeah,
there's billions of dollars that they're wasting that they could figure out a way to split up, but they don't seem to want to try to figure out a way to split the money up. They just want to say it can only go forward this way or it can only go forward that way. Both sides need to give for the good of what? For the good of baseball.
Yeah.
Never mind who's winning and losing, because really, until they do something, we are all losing. And I mean, I find a kick. People say, well, the players are right, the owners are wrong. Listen to what this guy said. He'd tell you the players are right, the owners are wrong. I don't care. Do you?
No.
I don't. None of us care who's right or who's wrong. Figure it out.
Just get it done.
There's billions of dollars. Figure out how to split it up.
again, I understand it's a hard sell for people to understand the players are complaining about making millions of dollars, but on the other side, I think that there's something more important here where it's like the owners of the team need to realize who their product is, which is their play. Like
the players are the product.
If they could just come together and realize that both of them need each other, that would be something that would be beneficial.
And they
I think
both of them, both sides, at least of what I've seen in the past, both sides just want to spend more time posturing and saying, well, we're the right ones. Oh, we're the right ones.
I actually think
I don't care.
I don't care. I actually think the early barbs that they're trading are actually doing it. What is the word I'm looking for? Disservice. Yeah, because now we're just going to be angry because we know how much they don't like each other on each side.
Yeah, they don't trust each other. Well, the players certainly don't trust the owners. And the owners don't deserve any trust because why? They won't open their books and show the players how much money they don't have. So you understand there's they don't trust them. And the Padres just got sold for $3.6 billion, which tells me
3.9.
The owners are doing all right. We're quibbling over.
I mean, $300 million.
Yeah, right. We're quibbling over $0.3 billion, but right. They have so much money.
Yeah.
And there's so much money coming into baseball. There's plenty to go around. All right, let's get to the...
Wait, we can't now.
Huh?
We can't get to the game now.
Oh, sorry about
it's
that.
4:12.
All right, sorry. Everybody wait.
We will get to the game on the other side.
Yes, we will. We went on too long, but that happens with us.
With you.
Yeah, it's mostly me. I agree. I agree on that one. Padres, Dodgers, and Chris versus the fans will take place next.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center. Injured?
And what is before they try, what is the heat index they're facing? Do we know? Or
well, you could look up the Scoville on a ghost pepper.
Yeah.
It's one of the world's hottest. There's a couple of hotters.
Scoville's the measurement unit.
The X pepper and all of that.
Thanks for the education because I did not know.
I've allowed milk and bread, but if I was asked,
tell us the actual rules of this. Like
the rule is,
see if you can do it. I guess
you guys alternate spoonfuls until one of you can't.
One of you can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
That's not happening.
Until you can't do it anymore.
Fulls. I will take one.
The winner, Scraby, has a jar of a couple of my jars.
I think they both are winners if they pass this.
For the winners.
Yeah,
of course.
There will be no back and forth. There will be one spoonful.
Now, this is the one that he has right now.
The 38,
maybe.
Okay. All right.
Now, this right here, I've been putting on some of my turkey burgers.
Good stuff.
This is hot.
Okay.
Right, here we go.
All right. Let's
Adam's
do it.
ready. There away he goes. He does have a full spoonful for those listening.
I'm literally sweating watching him do this right now. That's a full spoon.
All right.
Sure. That is a full spoon.
Down the hatch we go.
All right.
And man, he went the whole thing. He did not trickle that down the throat. He just
hasn't reached for the milk yet.
Scraby's coming over.
When does the heat kick in?
Oh,
I knew it.
When does the heat kick in? Wow.
You better go, dude.
There goes Scraby. Scraby, did you swallow that, Scraby? Yeah.
That is some good stuff.
It's delicious.
Delicious.
We're going to see it. I'm going to watch you now.
I'm feeling it already. Adam, are you?
No.
He's
Adam's
feeling
nothing. All right, so take another spoonful, Adam. You'll win.
Oh, come on. Now we're double dipping.
He's all one
can't put your
spoonful.
same
That's
spoon
not
in
what the
there.
competition's all about.
We always said
Spoonful
that.
too?
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, yeah.
I always said that Adam Klug was kind of had a.
I at least used a different spoon, no double dipping.
All right.
I didn't know where I don't.
I
think
always
it
thought
matters.
Adam Klug had a cold persona, but evidently it's just the opposite.
All right,
Big
he
boss
is
Michael
handling
Valenzuela
it.
in the YouTube chat, by the way.
What you waiting on? You let laughing at drip in your hand. Oh, okay.
Scraby, where are you? Let me see.
Okay.
I'm just looking at Adam, and Adam's not having any problem at all.
Look at you, Adam.
Adam is backed up.
But this
I must tell you, Tony, that Adam has cashed the check.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
he did.
cashed
You
his
said I
check.
wouldn't be able to cash
I
it.
did.
No, you
I
cashed
sure
it,
did.
man.
You
You
proved
cashed
me
it for
wrong, my
sure.
friend. I
Scraby?
gotta tell you though, this is further proof that whatever we got him with that
The
tie,
tie thing,
was
yeah, because
super weak.
this is less than a 10, right?
He's over here having a difficult time.
You're turning a little red,
The time
Scraby.
was just as bad.
You're turning a little red.
By the way, this is delicious.
Oh my
Oh,
God!
he's going
Taking
with
that
that
one.
Yes.
Come on, Adam. Wow. You're going to have to come back in 6 months with like an 88.
Oh,
38.
We'll have to go with the higher Scoville next time.
all right. Oh, wow. Look at this guy. He's talking trash now.
Well,
I haven't had a sip of milk or bread.
He hasn't even reached for it.
No, he doesn't
came out
even
of the
need
gates
the bread.
talking trash.
All right.
All right. Now I'm going to take another one.
What?
Well,
Why
you got
are
to
you
hold
doing
another
this to
spoon.
yourself?
No, because I don't want.
You don't want Adam to say
He-
he
by
has
the way,
one?
he- sauce,
yeah, he
baby.
get the whole
Full spoon,
get the same
baby.
thing that like he's dropping it all in there.
Keep the studio clean.
It's all anybody's
Big
worried
boss
about.
Michael watching over here. Come on.
Woo, boy. Scrabe, get back in front of the camera. Your face is red, Scrabe. Isn't it, Tony? Are you
I'm
seeing
sweating.
the same thing?
You are sweating. Your face is definitely.
Why do you keep doing this?
You're not feeling anything?
Adam isn't even
Anything?
moved over
I
there.
feel a 1 or maybe a 2 out of 10 here.
Wow.
Adam
That's ridiculous
Klug.
because I'm.
Wow.
Adam Klug is a tough
Maybe
son
now
of a
bent
gun.
over the trash can.
No,
over
I had
there.
to spit.
I was going to say, it looks like Adam Klug may be producing the rest of the show because he's fine. Scraby may need
Scraby's
to
going to
go
bed.
get
bed. Yeah, you know,
assistance.
Here's want the milk, dude. It might
Frank
work
predicted
better.
that.
No.
Oh, did he?
Frank
Scraby's having
predicted that.
bread.
Oh yeah, that Adam would just cruise through this with
Frank
no problem.
predicted this.
He did.
Frank on the last show.
I
said
know you
Adam
had
would
it
have
like
no
that.
He
problem.
did.
I got a newfound respect from Tony Gwynn Jr.
Yes,
here.
you do.
So-
all right.
So Scraby has the prizes for you, Adam. You have one, a jar of the ghost.
You can
pepper
have as much of this
salsa
as you want at all
and
times.
the,
Yeah.
Mr. Lane's roasty 38 chili powder.
You should let me have that chili powder though. I think I do. I think I would do more damage.
Started
with
off
this.
giving me the mild.
And what is before they try, what is the heat index they're facing? Do we know? Or
Well, you could look up the Scoville on a ghost pepper.
yeah.
It's one of the
there.
world's hottest. There's a couple of hotters.
Scoville's the
Reaper
measurement
and
unit.
the
Okay.
X pepper and all of that.
Thanks for the education because I did not know.
I've allowed
Yeah.
milk and bread, but if I was
So
asked,
tell
I would
us
have
tell
said
us the
no.
actual rules of this. Like
The rule
Want to see if you
is
can do it. I guess
you guys alternate spoonfuls until one of you can't.
Spoonfuls.
Yeah, that's- yeah,
One
that's
of you
not
can't
happening.
do it anymore.
Yeah,
That's not happening.
until you can't do it anymore.
Fools.
I will take
And
one
the winner,
spoonful of
Scraby,
this.
has a jar
Yes.
of
Here it
a
is.
couple of my jars.
I think they
Products.
both are winners if they
Hold on,
pass
hold on,
this.
for
I
the
hate to
winners.
say, yeah.
Yeah, of course.
There will be no back and forth. There will be one spoonful.
Now I am.
This is the one that he has right now.
The 38,
Maybe.
Okay. All right.
Now
maybe.
this right here, I've been putting on some of my turkey burgers.
Good stuff.
This is hot.
Okay.
All right, are we
All
doing
right,
this?
here we go.
All right. Let's
Adam's
do it.
ready.
This is a
There,
full
away he goes.
spoonful
He
of
does
the-
have a full spoonful
He
for
does.
those
This-
listening.
this
on
This
that.
is
I'm literally sweating watching him
That's a
do
full
this right now.
spoon?
That's a full spoon.
all
This
right.
one.
That is a full
down the
spoon.
hatch we go.
All
All right.
right.
he's- And man, he went the whole thing. He did not.
My
He did
turn?
not trickle that down the throat. He
He
just.
hasn't reached for the milk yet.
Scraby's coming over.
When does the heat kick in?
Oh,
I knew it.
When does the heat kick in? Wow.
You better go, dude.
There goes Scraby.
They
Scraby,
both did it.
did you swallow that, Scraby? Yeah.
That is some good stuff.
It's delicious.
delicious.
We're gonna see
Tasty.
it. I'm gonna watch you now.
I'm feeling it already. I am. Are you?
No.
He's
Adam's
feeling good.
feeling nothing. All right, so take another spoonful, Adam. You'll win.
Oh, come on. Now we're double dipping.
Oh, yeah,
He's all
you
one
can't put your
spoonful.
same-
That's-
Chance to win. Chris versus the fans qualify for a chance at our grand prize. 2-night stay, Town and Country Resort, and a $250 food and beverage credit. Work on your resting vacation face. This summer at Town and Country Resort, 3 pools and a 4-story water slide named Twister make the Town and Country a family favorite. Rates start $199 per night exclusively for fan listeners. Visit towncountry.com. Remember, it's towncountry.com.
Yes.
/ the fan. And you can book now. Let's play ball.
If you had one shot, one opportunity to take down the human almanac himself,
Howdy do.
now is your time.
Listen to me, this guy is dangerous.
Now is your opportunity to win a prize.
Well, I hope you know what you're in for.
Chris versus the fans starts now on 97.3 The Fan.
We have the NHL draft on in here, Chris, which is
Yeah, I'm
very
not
interesting
quite
for
sure
us.
why. Yeah.
But I remember now the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Yes.
They got the #1 overall pick, but they also have the GM that everybody hates. So you remember that guy who got kicked out of the NHL for a little bit because he was tampering with the Coyotes, and And so he's the one making the picks. It's all coming back to me now.
Gary Bettman, the commissioner, walked up to the podium to start the proceedings
and made a weird gesture.
Well, he knew he was going to get booed, so he asked for more booing.
He raised the booing.
Yeah, I
like that.
Yeah, he gets booed as much, if not more, than any other commissioner. All the commissioners get a little of that, but he gets the most of it.
Goodell gets pretty good too nowadays.
Yeah.
The rules: you have to make it through 3 questions. Each question will get more difficult. If you get the question right, you move on. If you get it wrong and Chris gets it right, you're eliminated. But if Chris gets it wrong, then you move on to the next question or you win. If you're a first-time player, let us know before you get into it. You'll get that question for free today. All right, let's get to our first contestant today. That will be Brandon. Hello, Brandon.
Hi.
Hey, Brandon.
Hey.
Do you have a parent around? At least
I do.
Okay,
yes,
perfect.
I'm here.
Perfect. All right, let's play then. Do you have anything to tell me before we start?
I'm a first-time player.
Yes, you
First-time
are.
player.
How old are you, Brandon?
12.
12 it is. Okay.
All right, Chris.
I will tell you, I made my first call to Sports Talk Radio, the Bud Ferrillo show in Los Angeles, when I was 12 years old. So you're in good spot, Brandon.
Yes, that is
like
true.
to hear.
We've talked about it before.
Yep.
I called into a sports show and hung up when they took my call.
Oh, did you?
So
You were
nervous.
a little too nervous.
I was
Yeah,
very nervous.
Yeah, I get you.
All right, here we go, Brandon. Question number 2. What was the first sport to be televised in the good old US of A? First sport to ever be Sorry, say again?
I don't know.
I'll take a shot.
Baseball.
Baseball is correct.
You got it. See
That
that,
is
Brandon?
1938,
maybe?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
I didn't actually write it down.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
They had a baseball game way back when. I think they honestly, a little history note here. They had like one camera and it was high above the first base foul line.
Really?
Trying to shoot the whole game on one.
Okay, that's kind of a good angle, I guess.
It was, but just imagine we've kind of moved along. There was no strike ball box back in those days.
All right. No replay.
There was no automated balls and strikes challenges or anything. Yeah. It's different.
I mean, we really did. I've lived in an era where sports did not have replay. Like it was just the referee or umpire made the call and that was it. You just moved on.
Yes, and then they would show the replay, and everybody would see that there was wrong,
and everybody would freak out.
But there wasn't anything you could do about it.
Yeah. All right, Brandon. Here we go.
For the
Question
win, Brandon.
number 3.
Yeah, Brandon's gonna. By the way, if Brandon wins, his parents better take him to the town and country, and I want to see Brandon on the 4-story water slide.
Yeah, Twister.
Yeah.
By the way, did you know it's towncountry.com/fan? It's Bosnia and Herzegovina.
Oh, you got to say the and.
You have to say the and. I found that out last night.
Well, we better all know that because they're going to play them.
Yes. All right, Brandon. The question is this.
Poor Brandon. He's sweating it out over here, and we're making him wait.
Name one of the 2 players to score a goal for Team USA last night.
Oh, man.
Oh, I watched it. It was, I forget. Trusty.
Trusty is correct.
It is?
Wow, nice job, Brandon.
Is that his first name or last
Stay
name?
on the line. That's his last name. Trusty. Yes, he scored the first goal like 2 minutes into the game, and then Berhalter was the other one. Sebastian Berhalter.
Great job, Brandon. Came up with it.
That was pretty good, yeah.
He might be our youngest winner. I don't have the official record on that, but
I think he might be.
Yeah, good for you, Brandon. Nailed it. Stay on the line. Don't go anywhere. Scraby will pick you up. And, look, that'll be the best part of your experience. You'll get to actually talk just, one-on-one with Scraby.
All right.
A lot of people,
it's not that big of a
lot of people stand in line for that opportunity.
It's really not that big of a deal.
Brandon is the guy. Stay there. He wins Chris versus the fan. I didn't even get in there. He got them both.
Yeah.
So good for him.
Would you have known either of those guys?
I didn't. Yes, I watched the match, but not closely enough to know who scored the goals.
The only reason
I wouldn't
know
have got that.
Sebastian Berhalter is because I believe his dad was the coach of the team previously.
Sounds familiar.
And the name Sebastian always makes me laugh for some reason.
All right, that gives me a minute since the game went a little quick, but we did our countdown today on people that somebody wrote me an email here and said, hated people. And we never used that word, right? We didn't. We just said unlikable people, because hate's a little strong.
It is.
But I did get a good one from somebody who said, I'm shocked you guys did not say among your people, any of our lists of unlikable, Dan Hurley, the coach at UConn. And I said, yes, that's right. I mean, he, could have been on all of our lists.
Yes, he could.
And he almost was probably upset that he didn't make the list. You know what I mean? Like, he likes being the villain, I think, to a certain extent anyway.
He's sort of admitted that he likes the discourse.
And he also is like, I'm not going to change. This is what I am, and I'm not going to apologize for being competitive. And so that's Dan Hurley. Now, here's another guy who would be on the list also, and there's some news on him. That's why I'm bringing it up. Now, I mentioned the Texas Tech coach because I think, he kind of represents the whole situation on my list. But Brendan Sorsby would probably be, in consideration right now. A lot of people not fans of this.
The reason
young guy.
I don't say that is because if he truly does have a gambling addiction, I do not want to make fun of him for that.
You don't want to rip him for that.
Yeah.
That earlier in the week, the NFL said, hey, no supplemental draft, so you can't play in the NFL. And I believe him returning to university college football, that ship has sailed now as well, because he went through everything, all of his lawsuits.
And he would have to go back through all the process again.
Yeah. So the only thing left to him was the Canadian Football League, which today said,
Wow. Not even the CFL?
CFL said the quarterback will not be allowed to join any of its teams for the upcoming season.
Wow.
The statement, which was in USA Today, said what I'm not shocked. They said upholding the integrity of the league and ensuring fair competition are paramount to the CFL. End of story. The allegations involving Brendan Sorsby are serious and concerning. Thank you, honestly. Thank you, CFL, for saying what we've all said. Yes, the allegations are serious and concerning. And, I put the other guy on our list, the coach of Texas Tech. I keep forgetting his name, and I put him on my list. I forgot his name.
Guy.
Yeah, Texas Tech guy. But the dumbest thing he said the whole time was, well, he didn't commit murder.
Yeah, at least it wasn't murder.
I mean, first of all, there's
a weird thing
even bringing that into it. But secondly, in the minds of these leagues, ensuring fair competition are frankly more important. It is more important. And the Texas Tech coach, obviously didn't understand that, nor does anybody else who was trying to bring him in to play for their team. And the NFL and now the CFL. So
I would like to say, go ahead.
Now, at some point, you're going to have to.
Exactly.
At some point, you're going to have to lift the cover and say to Brendan Sorsby, okay,
give him a second chance.
Yes, you've served your penance. Now let's go. But I have no problem with everybody closing the door on him right now.
It's just too close to when he was caught doing it.
Yeah.
I think a lot of these teams, organizations, they just need to see that he's on the straight and narrow before they bring him in. But I think you're right. They have to at some point turn the corner and give him a second chance.
I don't think you can blackball him forever. Although, I don't even want to ever really drudge all this up. But you know what? They blackballed Colin Kaepernick forever.
Yeah.
I mean, they did. Like enough. And it never was enough. They blackballed him, and he's never got back in.
Yeah.
So
you're absolutely right.
And he didn't gamble on football, right?
No.
So, that'll go open up a whole nother 2 hours of conversation.
I know. I've already done the sports talk kneeling during the national anthem thing, and it was tough.
Yeah. All right, we got the Big Five. Tony's back for that, and I want to just throw this out. In the 5 o'clock hour, we're going to hear from Will Wagner, our Friar Friday interview. Also, if you're around or you go somewhere, make sure you come back. There's a is this just a website or is it a publication also? Scratch?
Yeah, it's a media company, but it's not like an official publication.
Yeah.
But Alan, the guy who wrote this
is a big time golf guy.
Yeah.
I mean, he wrote at Sports Illustrated for years and years and years. So he himself, his name's Alan Shipnuck. He himself is a credible journalist, I will say. I will also say that he's always seemed to have it out for Phil Mickelson. Alan Shipnuck has never written anything nice about Phil Mickelson. So but the stuff that is on this website and a story released today, was this released today?
In the last couple days.
Within the last couple days. If you thought Phil Mickelson sounded like a bad guy before, you won't even believe some of the nasty stuff.
And again,
that is being alleged against Phil.
We should say it's all alleged, and we
Absolutely,
gave you the disclaimer that this writer has had discourse with Phil Mickelson.
That's true, but there are quotes in here that allege these things.
Yes,
it's not the writer alleging them; he's reporting what he has, been told from people, and we'll present it as fairly as we can. But look, Phil Mickelson is our guy from San Diego, and I think we've all followed him in career, and most of them have loved Phil and rooted for Phil and understood that Phil had some demons. But some of this other stuff, man, Phil Mickelson, I just want to, man, I'm shocked. I did not expect some of this stuff. So we'll share some of that with you in the 5 o'clock hour.
We'll talk about it, but maybe we should.
What, not share it?
No. I'm saying maybe we should expect it.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it later.
Well, the reason we're going to share it is because you can look it up yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what I mean? It's not like we're trying to, dance on a grave here.
Yeah.
I mean, this is all out there now.
This is everywhere right now.
Yeah. So, but if you hadn't heard it, you're going to be pretty shocked. That's at 5 o'clock.
If you're still...
sound of that. Gwynn and Chris back at 4:37. Big Five coming right up. And we had a birthday hello.
Yes,
to get
we
out
did.
there.
I gotta
one
say,
of our big listeners, Rod.
Yes.
Now you know you're opening a can of worms with this because now everybody's got a birthday going to start calling in asking for shout outs. So just want to let you know.
If you would like the shout out, I think the official form for the shout out is the YouTube chat.
You're gonna okay
because I need it in one place. I cannot be checking several places for shout outs.
All right. So if you need shout outs, go to the YouTube chat. And if you haven't ever been on it, understand we can watch the show on YouTube, right? You go to Gwynn and Chris. Some people may still not know that. I know when you're driving, obviously you're going to listen when we appreciate that, or podcasts and stuff. But yeah, if you're, around a computer at work, wherever, you can watch the show.
If you think that we're faking it when we fight, you can see our faces to realize we're not.
And I should apologize to anybody watching today, Scraby. I'm wearing Dodger blue. I don't know what I was thinking.
I didn't want to bring it up, but you do this all the time. You wear that shirt on Dodger days, and you're going to the stadium.
I know. I like this shirt, but
it's a nice shirt.
I know. I decided to go with the shirt over the color, even though I knew I would get scorned.
But we should shout out Nolan. Happy birthday, Nolan.
Happy birthday to Nolan out there. All right. Good deal. Let's do Big Five. There's a good one today, I think.
When we check on the latest in sports, only the most important topics and questions are brought to light.
Stop what you're doing and listen.
These news stories will astound and amaze you. The one, the only.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
The Big Five starts now on 97.3 The Fan.
Chris and I are broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios, where we know how. Tony Gwynn Jr. down at Petco Park, about to get set for this Padres Dodgers game tonight. And I am just going to get right to it.
Number 5.
I thought up this really brilliant question, and Chris actually came up with this question. I can't lie. The Padres have won 3 in a row. We're feeling good. They swept the Braves. Are they out of the woods yet, Chris?
Do you want to tell anybody why he came up with the question?
Because
because he couldn't think of one.
I don't want to think people thinking that Chris is just coming up with these.
Oh no, I
went. He had to come up with a question.
I sourced it. Okay. Remember, I sourced it.
Yeah, we don't want people to think I'm just demanding
the Big Five.
Yeah, demanding and taking over your job.
Oh, I didn't think that at all.
Yeah, no, I'm in here as a savior for you.
Okay, maybe a little far there, but are they out of the woods yet?
Here.
Yeah.
Oh wait, hold on. The savior is here.
I feel good. I landed softly.
Okay, are they out of the woods yet?
Sure. Yeah. Although
you think so?
No, of course
okay.
not. If they lose 3 games to the Dodgers, we're going to be right back in the muck again. We know that. We all know that. But I think the 10 and 19 thing is behind us. I do. I think that was the worst month of baseball we're going to see from this team this year. I don't think we're going to see, the hitting completely collapse for a month again. Hopefully the starting pitching, is going to stabilize here a little bit. So I think we are out of the worst of it. But, as far as the immediate, I'm not convinced until, we take 2 or 3 from the Dodgers.
Tony, are the Padres out of the woods yet?
Yeah, no, I agree with Chris. I think when you got the Dodgers, Cubs, Dodgers, your next 9 games or whatever it is, 10 games, you can't, you still gotta go out and play some decent baseball here in order to avoid the next 29 games looking like 10 and 19. You know what I'm saying? And this is the type of 10-game stretch that if you aren't careful can put you behind the 8 ball in terms of that. So I do think, though, based on what we've seen, I think the offense at least is starting to look better. But I do think the pitching is going to be the thing to watch here in these next 10 because, we saw some good things from we've seen some good things from Walker. We saw a great performance from Michael. What are we going to get from Vasquez coming up, right? What are we going to get from Griffin moving forward, And so, JP Sears, he had a really good one. He surprised everybody, 5 2/3. Can he do it again? I think these are all things that will weigh what this next 29 look like. But I agree with Chris. I think this is the worst month we'll see.
You know what? You guys being positive makes me positive.
Number 4.
Chris's new draft pick, new Bulls forward, Caleb Wilson, does not lack any confidence, guys. The number 4 pick in the NBA draft was asked during his introductory news conference.
Is this the kid from North Carolina?
Yes. He was asked about it and about his expectations for his debut season. And he said, quote, "I expect to have rookie of the year, honestly. I'm going to work hard. I'm going to do what it takes. I feel like the team is really good for me and how I envision to play." So we're going to go with Tody first because of the order. But Tody, do you like this or hate this?
I like it. I'd much rather him say that than,
I don't know how I'm going to play.
This is a scary thing coming up. I'm not sure like where I fit in. Yeah, no, I give me the kid with confidence. We can work to, if it's overconfidence, we can work to kind of get him where he needs to be. Experience will do that in itself, especially at the NBA level. And given how light in the behind he is, I think he's going to experience that a little bit. So, I want all my high round draft picks talking like this, at least before they have to get on the hardwood.
Chris, what do you think? Do you like this?
Well, again, the old school me would rather you just go about your business and become rookie of the year. But the newer school me understands that these kids play with some flair and they play with some attitude. I have no problem with this. Now, the one thing I would, caution Caleb Wilson is what Tony said. He's a little light in the rear. He's tall, but he's skinny. Yeah. And, a few of these power forwards are going to remember he said that and lay him out a couple of times. So he better be willing to get back up. Yeah, better be willing to get back up off the floor and go back to work because he's going to get, he's going to get his welcome piece from those guys. I will just say one other thing. He's joining a team in an organization that should give him a chance to be rookie of the year because probably going to be starting right away. He's going to get a lot of playing time. You can't be rookie of the year if you're sitting on the bench, and I don't think he'll be doing that. So, yeah, I mean, plus the day he was drafted, he said he was going to be the next GOAT.
Yes, he did. He said
he's actually tempering it back now by saying he's only going to be the rookie of the year.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't say he was going to be the MVP.
Yeah, he might. Next time you ask him, he might be going, "I hope I get Player of the Week." I mean, he's starting to come back to normal here.
That's kind of funny. All right.
Number 3.
Now, the other during the NBA draft, there was a really kind of awkward situation between Richard Jefferson, Kenny Smith, and Jay Williams. So here is the clip. It's a little long, but you kind of have to hear it. Kenny Smith is kind of the one firing shots, and then Richard Jefferson fires shots. But the clip starts with them asking Richard Jefferson about why he didn't go to the draft, and here's what he said.
I was hanging out with my family. I was having a good time. You didn't want to come? I knew I was going to be a lottery pick, so I just decided just to hang out.
I forgot 13 is lottery.
Yeah. Hey, why such a big ovation for you? Was there something?
Talking about Jay Williams.
Chicago. I don't know. Well, most of the people that went to Duke are from New Jersey, New York. So,
well, they also didn't see the future coming, so they were cheering kind of Sorry, I apologize.
Wow. Hey, listen.
Wow.
The guy was a unbelievable talent.
He was okay in college. He was okay. He was okay.
And his career trajectory would have been a lot different if he didn't like motorcycles. Yes, that's on record. I wrote a book about it. Yes. I kind of beat everybody to the punch.
Yeah. I guess everybody that goes to Duke isn't that smart.
Whoa.
I don't know which is the worst one in this whole thing. Bringing up the motorcycle, pretty terrible. But Chris, I'm going to ask you this. Are Richard Jefferson and Kenny Smith out of line here?
Well, the first thing I think everybody who heard that needs to know, in case they don't, is that Jay Williams was a really great player coming out of Duke, All-American type player. The Bulls drafted him back before Derrick Rose days, and he looked like he was going to be the next big thing. He was that good, starting out in the NBA. And he got in a really bad motorcycle crash.
He liked motorcycles. Yeah.
And as they said there, and he was injured to the point where his career never resumed again. I mean, it was the absolute, worst of the worst as far as I was concerned. So that's where this is all coming from. Yeah, I thought they were a little out of pocket. I don't know that Kenny Smith was. Kenny Smith was trying to at least be somewhat.
But he brought up the motorcycle thing.
He said he got in trouble because he liked motorcycles. He at least couched it in a little different way. Richard Jefferson basically said he was kind of dumb and he went to Duke and not very smart. I don't know. Richard Jefferson was pretty harsh there,
and he started out like, I already knew I was going to be a lottery pick. I didn't need to go. He was very hoity-toity in this.
I think you have to know Richard's personality.
Yeah, he's a jokester.
He's a jokester, but I think the Duke shot was all inclusive because I think Chris brought this up a while ago. When you look at the NBA and who's in the executive seats across the NBA, there are a ton of Duke guys kind of running the NBA, including the commissioner himself, who is also a Duke guy. So I think it was partly, and you got to remember, Richard Jefferson went to Arizona. There was a definite kind of rivalry at that time between Duke and Arizona, but I think the shot was kind of like directed, yes, at Jason Williams. You taking a shot at Jay Williams, but also at the Dukies out there that are kind of like running all of the NBA a little bit.
I think that Kenny Smith would be more inclined to take a shot at the Dukie since he's a North Carolina guy. So I thought
if I'm not mistaken, Arizona either lost to Duke or beat Duke in a final when Richard Jefferson was involved.
Duke won that game. Duke
they won that game. Yeah. So,
he's got a lifelong beef.
He's got beef with Duke, I think, in general.
Maybe Duke people aren't that smart. All right. I just thought I saw that this morning.
I mean, it's a good thing that Jay Williams kind of can laugh about that motorcycle accident at this point.
Yeah, because
I also think. Listen, I think some of this might be some lingering effect of his comments about the UFC White House being way bigger than the NBA Finals. They were roasting him on that as well. So I think there's a little bit of extra something to those little comments there.
Extra mustard.
Yeah.
All right.
I will say this: the whole controversy with this takes away from the fact that, why didn't Richard Jefferson go to the draft? I mean, what was that whole arrogance about?
Because he said he wanted to hang out with his family.
Yeah, that didn't even sound like his real reason.
Okay.
Number 2.
From what I know, he's been a highly touted basketball player his entire life. Right?
Who? Richard Jefferson?
Richard Jefferson.
Well, both of those guys. All three of those guys.
Sure. That's also very true. AT&T Stadium. Oh, I'm sorry. Dallas Stadium.
Yes.
I'm surprised it's not Arlington Stadium because that's officially where it is, but it's Arlington Stadium. They are doing something for the soccer games that Jerry Jones won't do for his Cowboys, and it's not putting in grass. It's those
that too, though.
It's that too. It's the curtains that block out the sun from shining through the big windows. Now, during the regular season, CeeDee Lamb has said, I have lost balls in the sun from that side of the stadium. Can we get curtains? Jerry Jones says no. But now they got the curtains up. They got grass in the stadium all over the place. George Kittle's complaining about it. Other players are complaining about it. Tony, my question is, do players now have leverage through the World Cup to demand more?
No. You know why? Because at the end of the day, owners know that they can break them. And whenever they're ready, whenever they want to talk this, they know, you know what? One of y'all is going to cross this line. So guess what? We're not doing it. Until the players of the NFL can show the owners of the NFL that they really mean business, owners, they're going to continue to do what, when, and however they want to do it for the rest of time.
It's so backwards, though.
Can't they just keep in the turf that's there now? Or
no, because then that means they're going to have to pay for someone to maintain it, and then they're going to have to, buy new turf.
All right, well, then
it's
you're answering.
It's a great question. Like, how are they going to answer that if someone asks that question? Why can't you guys just leave the turf?
Yeah, well, we're going to take it out and go back to the cheap route.
I mean, honestly, I don't know that some of these stadiums can use grass because they have so many games there. Like, they have multiple games a week, high school games, they have college games, they have pro games.
I don't know about all of that. I just know that you don't become a billionaire by willy-nilly spending money. And I think that Jerry Jones knows that. And unless the FIFA people are going to be willing to just, on their own dime, keep the curtains up. I don't see Jerry Jones saying, hey, that's a good idea. I'm going to go spend some money on curtains.
You know what the funny thing about the curtain thing is that probably costs nothing. It's just an aesthetic thing for him at that point, right? He likes the idea. Because remember, the old building had the sun coming through the roof.
That's what he wants.
He just likes that. That doesn't cost any money. Now, the grass, okay, I understand that. That costs a lot of money to maintain. But curtains? Come on, bro. Like, you going to tell me curtains is going to...
You'd rather have an aesthetically pleasing thing than your team winning? Like, that's insane.
Well, it's the same... It's the same sun for both teams. The other guys have dropped the ball probably too.
I was about to say that's probably how he's looking at it too. Like, is this the same for the other team that's got to come in?
If CD Lamb came to me, I'd be like, okay, I'm thinking about the curtains.
I don't know. I would tell CD to figure it out. You should
figure it out.
Look, he has more practice dealing with it than the visiting receiver. So
the sun is the sun.
Should be advantage Cowboys. And by the way, in case you guys don't know why, they had the hole in the roof of the original Dallas Stadium.
Did they just not finish it?
That's not
or is
the
it
reason.
because God can watch the
so
team?
God could watch his favorite team play.
That's right. And then they had like the random snow pattern because
the arrogance of that statement.
Aren't the Cowboys incredible? Yeah, they wonder why we all hate them.
Because God can watch his team.
That was their reasoning.
I mean, the joke here is if the Cowboys were God's team, wouldn't they have won a Super Bowl recently?
that is the irony in it, right?
Number one.
All right. Here is a situation between Michael Kay on the Yankees broadcast the other day.
This is funny.
And I'm not going to explain anything else about it. Okay, I also have to unmute it. So that's a good thing.
Good job, bud.
Thanks.
But we've got a big enough budget that we can get DMX to do the second one. Yeah, in person.
He's available.
Yeah, he's not available.
So if you don't know,
DMX I don't get that.
Passed away, and so he's talking like years ago.
DMX, what was he gonna? I know, but what was he gonna do?
Like I think they were saying like performing or something like that.
Got it.
But it became awkward because immediately Michael Kay got something in his headset of he is not alive.
It clearly took a little bit of time for somebody to get in his ear.
Both of them stopped talking, which means that both of them had the producer in the ear telling them that.
Well, thankfully they had the producer to do that. They could have gone on and on this.
I think who's the second gentleman? I think he knew.
I'm not sure.
Now he was just he was saying, is he going to be available? Yeah, because he knew
he was kind of walking Michael Kay down that path.
He was taking Michael King where,
So the question is, Chris, do awkward moments come from subject matter or for the people involved?
I don't know. They're organic. I mean, this is something you couldn't have predicted or practiced. I will say this: anything that kind of embarrasses Michael Kay is okay with me. I'm not a huge Michael Kay fan. I think I've mentioned this before. He seems like a know-it-all. He kind of presents himself as a know-it-all, and he presents himself as somebody that, you know what, if you don't like what I do, too bad. We're better than the guys in the other booth anyway. That kind of guy. So maybe he could use a little bit of a little karma his way. Because you know what, Michael, you don't know everything, and you just proved it. So there.
Tony, do you think it comes from subject matter or the people involved?
Let me go ahead and get on the other side of this. I actually, Michael Kay does a lot of nice things in terms of how he's able to do both of these jobs that he does. I give him a ton of credit for that. Now, the question is it, what was the question? I'm sorry.
Do awkward moments come from the subject matter or the people involved?
I would say they're organic, but it does typically come from subject matter. I think the people involved have the ability to make it less awkward, but they delved into waters that they weren't, that great. They didn't know enough about it, clearly, which as a broadcaster on live air, those are the places you try to avoid a lot of times.
Yes, you do. I would never bring up anything of the history of any rapper because I don't know any of it.
So, I think it's subject matter for the most part. There's another. I thought what clip you were gonna play was Michael Kay going off about the Boston Red Sox fans doing the whole Yankees. So it really ticked him off because the Red Sox are in last place and their fans are telling them that the Yankees that they suck. I just was tickled that it bothered them.
Yeah,
that much,
Michael, that's the reason that they do it is because it bothers the Yankees.
Yeah, well, what they should have said that really bother him is Michael K sucks. That would have made him. Then he would have had a reason to be upset.
Listen to you, Chris.
He was taking it a little too personally.
Who's higher up in the book, Joe Tessitore or Michael K?
As far as me disliking,
yes.
Probably Tessitore because I don't have to listen to Michael K.
Okay. Okay, that's it for the Big Five. When we get back, we'll get you set for this game tonight between the Padres and the Dodgers on 97.3 The Fan.
Stay low. Hands on the heart. Stay low.
Oh, you idiot. Typical tandem student right there. I tried. I wrecked your good job, buddy. Fun, huh? You need help with anything?
It's your birthday. We gon' party like it's your birthday. We gon' sip Bacardi like it's your birthday. And you know we don't.
Please tell me you've heard this song, Chris.
Yeah, I think I heard it the other day when you played it.
Is this the first time you've heard it? The second time you've heard
Only
it?
the second time, yeah. You played it on my birthday, I think, Monday.
Okay.
To celebrate my birthday, but I'd not heard it before.
50 Cent was like my high school
Is
years.
that Curtis Jackson?
That's Curtis Jackson.
Hey, all right.
Come give me a hug.
How about the fact I knew his name was Curtis Jackson? You gotta
That's
give me a
more
little
impressive.
something.
That's more impressive.
Thank you. Happy hour time brought to you by GL Pools, the company trusted by thousands of San Diegans to keep their pools sparkling, swim ready, and expertly maintained. Call GL Pools now. Say radio. Get yourself a free month of service. Happy hour time, and it'll include a visit with Will Wagner, the son of a Hall of Famer. I don't know that everybody totally knows that. You know what I mean? Like maybe some people have made the connection, but it's not really heavily. Yeah, it's not like, he signed up with the Padres and this is, that's Billy Wagner's son.
Yeah, no,
I think
definitely wasn't like that.
I think some people know, but not everybody knows. So yeah, his Hall of Fame dad. And we'll talk with Will about all of that coming up in our Friar Friday. You'll get a chance to hear that. Also, sorry to say, we're just reporting, and I think we're talking about a guy that, means a lot to a lot of people around here in San Diego, Phil Mickelson. But it's not great. An article that has come out here online, Scratch. So, website, but the article is written. I would not get into this if it wasn't written by somebody that I find credible.
Yeah.
And Alan Shipnuck, who was a Sports Illustrated writer on golf for years and years and years. This guy, to my way of thinking, is a credible guy. And he's not taking shots at Phil Mickelson necessarily. He's just getting quotes from people that are relaying to, Shipnuck a life lived by Phil Mickelson that is not too attractive.
Yeah.
So we're going to get into a little of that. You can read the whole article yourself, but I'll do that in a second. The one other thing I wanted to update is we don't talk. We said we were watching the NHL draft, and I'm like, what are we doing? But there is an interesting story that developed in the NHL draft tonight, and I think it's worth sharing. The Vancouver Canucks, with the third overall pick in the NHL draft, drafted a young centerman by the name of Caleb Malhotra. Last name is Malhotra. Caleb Malhotra. Now, I will tell you this, Scraby, you don't know this. He's from Brantford, Ontario. Same hometown as Wayne Gretzky. So that's, it's a little something in his favor.
I'm sure that town probably has signs everywhere.
I would think so, yes. All right, so Caleb Malhotra, third overall pick. He was born, this is crazy. Caleb was born in 2008.
Oh.
He's 18.
What?
But
2008, Chris, I graduated college.
2008. I have socks older than this guy.
Oh my goodness.
As the old
I feel
saying goes.
extremely old.
Yeah, 18 years old. But here's the story that I think's interesting. The Vancouver Canucks 3 weeks ago named Caleb's dad, Manny Malhotra, as their new head coach.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know that in any sport, we just looked it up for a little while, a dad basically drafting his son. The closest we could even find was Felipe Alou, who managed Moises Alou at the beginning of Moises' career, but Moises was already a member of the Expos when Felipe took over. That year, Moises would go on to finish second in the Rookie of the Year balloting, but Felipe was not, there the day they drafted him. This is, Manny Malhotra basically drafting his son to play for him. I think it's, it can be interesting to see how that works in Vancouver.
Yeah, I mean, I think if I'm on Toronto Maple or Vancouver, Sports Radio, I'm going to have a little bit of questions about this.
You are.
I'm going to be like, why are you drafting your son, number one? Is he the best player? Is this going to work? Is this the best thing for you? Is this the best thing for your son? I would have many questions.
I'm just trying to do a little checking because I'm not an expert on the NHL draft at all. But it does sound like Malhotra was considered one of the top prospects.
Okay.
It's not like he's like a second-round talent that they're jumping the gun on.
I mean, that makes it a lot better. But it just there's questions raised.
Well, if anybody knows the kid, be Manny Malhotra. As long as he's being honest with himself, it feels like his son can play in the NHL now. Again, he's 18 years old, so I don't know if that means he starts on opening night. But we'll see. I think it's a very interesting dynamic.
I will be watching.
That I don't think any of us have ever really seen before. All right. I've delayed
enough
the Mickelson mess. We gave you the rundown. Alan Shipnuck's the writer. Scratch is the website. SKRATCH. Scratch. I imagine they write golf stories.
Oh, I've seen them doing golf reporting for a little bit.
They're legit. Alan Shipnuck wrote Sports Illustrated for years and years, covered golf. Obviously, Sports Illustrated isn't really out there anymore, but he wants to still cover golf. And it was always widely known that Shipnuck didn't really see eye to eye with Phil Mickelson, right?
Yes.
They didn't get along great.
Yes.
So, you need to take that into some account. But I'm telling you, the stuff that we thought we'd heard about Phil Mickelson and hoped that was kind of it, only looks like it's the tip of the iceberg, Scraby. Yeah. I hate to say it. But this all focuses at the beginning on Mickelson and his relationship with Pat Perez, two kids who grew up in San Diego, golf players, played against each other from probably the age of 5 years old on up.
Yeah.
Mickelson made it big on the Pro Tour, as we know. Perez made it to the Tour, never really had the same kind of success or anything close to it, frankly. But they knew each other. We're not great friends, but enough to know each other's wives and families and things of this nature. And in this story, anyway, Pat Perez's former wife, her name is Ashley. They're not married. It tells a story of Mickelson that is just not fun at all. It's just it bugs to hear stories like this. I don't want to get into the actual lascivity of all of this. I don't even know. I think that's the right word. But Mickelson, I mean, you're going to figure this out, but he sent some inappropriate texts.
Yes.
All right,
to the wife of Pat Perez.
To the wife of Pat Perez when they were married. Apparently, and this is all quoted in the story. This is not Alan Shipnuck's opinion.
Is her experience.
Quotes, her experience, why she's saying it. She says, because it's time that people know what happened and too many people remain silent. That's her saying. According to all of this, Pat Perez heard about, saw the text, whatever it was, confronted Mickelson. They have not talked probably since then. All right.
I would assume so.
Yeah. And Mickelson, a lot of apologies, and he was, embarrassed with his own behavior. But it's only the beginning of this story, which is, that in itself is enough to be damaging to Mickelson. I don't like to hear that. But, we already went into this whole thing that he's been thrown out of the Farms Golf Club. That happened a little while ago. Todd Leonard, our old friend from Golf Digest, reported all that. Not the only place he's been tossed out of. Evidently, the Madison Club and the Bridges, both in Santa Fe, Rancho Santa Fe.
I mean, those are like the clubs.
Well, Mickelson's been out of all of them. Okay,
which tells me a ton.
Yeah, it's kind of a coincidence. Yes. Because not coincidence when three different clubs can't keep you in there.
And when you're a part of these clubs love that Phil Mickelson.
Oh my God.
Can you imagine?
Sure.
Selling it like, hey, even Phil Mickelson is a member here. That's how great we are.
That's a big deal. And they don't want him around. And, one of them says that, well, actually both the Bridges and the Madison, they both say that Mickelson's removal had as much to do with his wife, Amy, asking him to be removed and kicked out. So there was nowhere for him to be at those clubs. Why did that happen? According to this article, Mickelson, Amy didn't trust Mickelson. I don't know why she wouldn't. All right. So she didn't trust Phil, and the philandering type of, things that she was expecting and thinking about. So Phil Mickelson apparently knew that she was monitoring his whereabouts on the cell phone. And it's well known at the Madison Club and the other one, the Bridges, people working there and golfers who were there, Mickelson would regularly toss his phone into their golf cart and say, hey, I'll pick it up like in 3 hours when you're done golfing.
Yeah.
He wanted to give the impression that he was out golfing when he wasn't.
Yeah.
All right. So these are really damning stories. These are not my opinion. These are not Alan Shipnick's opinion. These are quotes from people in this article. It just is, and it goes on and on and on, Scrappy. I was reading this for like a half an hour
It's a
earlier.
really long article. It has a lot of accusations and allegations in it, but this bothers me because can we trust the people that we look up to? The two guys in golf I looked up to, one of them has been proven to be a philanderer, and the other is alleged philanderer. Where am I supposed to go with
It's
this?
looking more and more like Mickelson is now his attorney is quoted in it. All right, Mickelson's Shipnuck gives the other side, and I'll let you read all of this, but the attorney basically says, look, Phil's issues have been widely documented, and a lot of this is repeat stuff, and it's stuff that it didn't really look like a lot of denials, to be honest with you, from the attorney. I guess this bottom line will finish it up. One, former, golf buddy of Mickelson, and Mickelson apparently has no relationship with Bones anymore.
Yeah.
None of the
I did
people that
hear
are ever
that.
around him,
I did hear that.
they've all been wiped out, according to this article. And says Mickelson's former golf friend in this article, it's just a sad story.
That is sad.
And it says he should have been Arnold Palmer. Phil had the same charisma, same star power. People loved him everywhere he went. My take is that he came to believe his own BS, thought he was bulletproof because his whole life he's always skated on everything. But in the end, too many demons. He got consumed by his own darkness. Like Mickelson, the gambling, the rest of it. We've heard it all, and now we're hearing way more.
Yeah,
that is not
attractive.
No,
not at all. The last thing I'll say is that the thing with Pat Perez's wife was so widely known on the tour that people talked about it like openly. That's how because Pat Perez was very angry, and according to the article, he was very angry.
No, he's never spoken.
And the
to
wife
Mickelson
was very
again.
angry as well. So like that got around, and so this is just like you said. It doesn't seem like there's much denial here.
I don't know if Mickelson will ever even come out and say anything about it.
I think you have to.
And the other thing that's going on right now is that Mickelson has been very quiet and private in recent months, I would say, because from what we're told, he's undergoing or in the midst of something serious with his health, and nobody exactly knows what that is. And I think everybody who's ever been around Phil Mickelson wants the best for him, health wise. But man, this is too bad.
Yes.
Because you're right. Tiger and Phil, man. Tiger and Phil and Tiger. And man, what a house of cards that has collapsed entirely around both guys.
Like you said, sad.
Yeah, it is. All right. Sorry to be the bearer of that, because I think a lot of us here have always been, Mickelson fans. And, maybe we still are in some ways, but some of these stories are pretty tough to take. And again, if you want to read it, you can find it online. It's out there. We didn't dig to find this.
Just
this
type in Phil Mickelson,
yeah.
scratch SKRATCH. Before we go to break, this just caught my eye. We were talking about Jacob Mizrowski earlier. He threw a 105.5 mile an hour pitch today. 105.5. Here's what his at bat against PCA.
Wasn't that Tony's 104.6?
Yes, that's got to be broken.
So
now.
the record's been broken.
He went 103.1 fastball, 104.3 fastball, 105.5 fastball, 102.1 fastball, 103.6 fastball, and then PCA. What does he end up doing? He foul tips out on a curveball. Just everything over 104.
How is Mizorowski doing it?
I don't know.
He can't weigh more than 93 pounds soaking wet.
He's got to have some sort of like, his body's like mechanically sound or something.
Honestly, his build might just lead to some sort of torque that nobody else has.
Apparently, 105.5 is insane.
Yep. All right, we'll finish up with the Will Wagner. Stick around for that on Gwynn and Chris.
If you
name is, my name is, my name is.
I always love a little Marshall Mathers.
Stop. It's Marshall Mathers.
Mathers? Darn it. I took a shot. I wasn't sure.
You know what's funny about this is my dad bought me this CD having no idea who Eminem was.
Eminem.
And Eminem became a massive story right
I got to
after
be
he
honest
bought
with
the
you.
CD.
Eminem has turned in my world.
Well, yeah,
Because the only thing I ever heard about Eminem early on in his life was that he beat up his wife and girl. It was terrible. I thought, who is this punk?
I think they both terrorized each other.
Yeah. So I thought, he's a punk, and I have no time for Eminem. I don't like his music, and I don't like him. Totally changed on that. And I actually like some of his music now, and Mom's Spaghetti cracks me up. And, I've really seen him interviewed a lot in other, a lot of different situations, and I've been impressed. I think he's grown up.
Sober guy, too.
Sober doesn't hurt.
No.
So, yeah, Eminem made a comeback. There's hope for everybody.
There is. There is hope for everybody.
Yeah. If Eminem can make it on my good list, anybody can get there.
That's very true.
Even Dick Monfort could get there if he would just settle the baseball dispute. It would change everything.
Yeah, but he's not going to do that.
He's not. Countdown earlier featured our 5 people in sports we dislike the most. So you want to go back. That was at 3:30 today. Craig Stammen provided an update on Jake Cronenworth today. Prior to the game, we gave you one earlier on Jake that he's back and potentially playing in El Paso. So let's hear from the manager himself.
Touch on an injury update. Jake Cronenworth in El Paso's lineup tonight. What's the latest you can share about Jake?
Yeah, Jake's finally, cleared to play. We're excited to get him out in El Paso, get some rehab games going, and then hopefully, he shows that he's in good shape and hits well, and we can call him back up and get him playing second base for us.
How does that process go? Because with the concussion, it's a little bit different than like a muscle injury. How do you kind of evaluate when he's ready to get back to you guys?
I think he's going to give us a little bit of indication of, I feel ready. Yeah, my timing's back, that kind of stuff. It's a little bit almost like spring training where we've got to just more so not like health-wise, but just like baseball-wise. Am I ready to play baseball? Am I ready to play every day when I get back?
What is the potential of him coming back? What could that mean to you guys, given what he brings, obviously?
Yeah, it's great. We've been missing a little bit of that left-handed bat in our lineup that gives that professional bat, works the pitcher, has the opportunity for some slug, plays great defense. He just does all the little things on the field that you kind of miss. And you don't really get recognized in the box score, but as over the course of time, you're like, man, we really miss a player like Jake, and we've missed him this entire time, and it'll be awesome to have him back.
Jake Cronenworth lining it up tonight for the El Paso Chihuahuas, taking on my all-time favorite teams.
Who was that?
I don't know their name. The Sugarland something or others.
Oh, the Sugarland. Oh man, why I should know this. Are they the Astros?
Well, they're the Astros
Space
team.
Cowboys. I knew it.
There it is, Space Cowboys. That's the matchup tonight. For those of you, look, Apple TV is carrying the Padre game, so none of us can actually watch the darn thing. Maybe I'll look up the El Paso Sugarland game and enjoy that instead.
Yeah, you know what? Someone told me this morning that the Padres should go after Trevor Bauer, so I looked up his stats. He had a really nice game against the Gastonia Ghost Peppers for the Long Island Ducks the other day.
That's not winning me. He's still out there, huh? Giving it a shot.
Oh, he's still out there. He struck out 15 against the Gastonia Ghost Peppers.
He is a former Cy Young winner, so he's got some talent.
60-game season.
That's it. Yeah, well, hey, they're not going to take it away.
That's true.
Right? All right, let's get to our interview with Will Wagner. His dad is a Hall of Famer. So's Tony's dad. So they had that in common. But it's a fun interview. Enjoy it. Time for our Friar Friday interview, and we're happy to have with us today Padres infielder Will Wagner makes his first appearance on Friar Friday. Will, how you doing today, man? Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks you guys for having me, and I'm doing good.
Great. I want to let you know before we get too far into it, I've been doing this a while, and here's how long of a while I've been doing it. Many years ago, your dad was one of my guests when he was in town visiting with the Astros. So, and if you happen to bump into him, tell him that there's a guy who interviewed him a long, long time ago who remembers your dad as just being an outstanding guy, great interview, a lot of fun, and it stuck with me throughout the rest of his career. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, your dad's a hell of a guy, and we're glad to have you in San Diego. Give me just take us through this year. Obviously, the injury, you're finally getting that behind you, and kind of where you feel you're at now.
Yeah, I guess it was a weird start to the year just because I came into spring training like feeling really good and confident about the season. And then pretty much the first week of the season, I had the oblique strain in live pitching. And that was just tough. But coming back from that, I'm just starting to get my swing back. I got El Paso, had about 100 at-bats and, just started putting it together. And then when I got here, I just felt more comfortable with my swing. So I think the season's going according to plan, I guess. I mean, it got a little delayed, but, I feel good now.
Well, I mean, there's a group of you guys that came up at a time the Padres really were desperate for some type of spark. And you guys have seemingly been able to provide that. I mean, when you get the call and you're sitting in Stam's office and they're telling you exactly what they're expecting from you, what's going through your mind at that point? Because you're also understanding the kind of dynamic that's happening offensively for this team. You guys have been able to come in and provide a little something.
Yeah, I think for me, the biggest part was just to find ways on base, just be really annoying hitter at the plate, work the count, like get that pitcher out of the game as early as possible. But I think for me, like Samad and Jace and those guys, like we were just trying to get on base for like guys like Samad, Jackson, and Manny,
Will, the fact I think you were here at the end of last year after getting traded over probably gave you a little bit of a head start, when you came in this year in terms of knowing what kind of clubhouse you're coming into and in terms of, the established guys knowing you're all about. Just take us through that a little bit and your relationship as a young player with the Mannies and the Fernandos. This team all seems to get along pretty well.
Yeah, so last year when I got traded over here, I spent a couple weeks in El Paso before getting called up. And, I didn't really know my role, to be honest. When I was here last year, I just knew, like, I was going to be ready every day. I didn't think I was going to be starting. I just wanted to be ready, like, off the bench. And I usually just had pinch hit opportunities. I didn't start a game last year. And then coming into this year, I kind of have a different role, being placed where I need to be, a couple DH games, a couple days at second, just giving like Manny or Tatis a day off if they need it. But and then my relationship with those guys are good. I mean, they've actually helped me a lot. I mean, they've been in the league for a while now, so they're veterans. So I kind of look up to them and like try to pick their brain a little bit and see like what I need to do with this pitcher. Like they faced this pitcher probably 100 times, and I've seen him for the first time. So I think it's good to pick their brains about pitchers.
Will Wagner joins us here, Padres infielder, utility, however you want to place it. He has been a factor for this Padre team just being called up. Will, I'm curious, man, as a son of a big leaguer, as you and I both are, I had the luxury of learning from someone doing the similar or same thing that I was doing. You, on the other hand, your dad's one of the best closers to ever do it. What was that like as you started to develop into wanting to play this game, but you're on the position player side? How was that growing up, trying to garner whatever you could from your dad, even though you guys are doing something completely opposite?
I mean, honestly, really helpful because, I mean, he knows how to pitch hitters. So I'm picking his brain about that way, like what counts to look for this pitch, like what's your weakness? Like, I mean, pitchers are going to go at your weakness most often. So honestly, you want to look for your spot. So he kind of just tells me like the reverse effect, like what pitchers are trying to do for hitters. And I use that for me. But honestly, I don't really talk to my dad too much about like my swing mechanics or anything. It's more about like the mentality. Like I'm going through a slump, like how to like not think about the last 10 at bats I went over 10, but focusing more on like the next at bat, I think that's where he's really helped me the most.
Yeah, Will, now here's the difference between you and Tony there, though. Tony never faced his dad. I don't know. Is there any way that you lined up against your dad? Just in some sort of exhibition situation where he was throwing 3/4 speed. Have you ever been standing in there to see one of your dad's fastballs?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I faced them pretty much. I would consider it live ABs. I mean, COVID year.
That's awesome.
When our season got canceled, he was about maybe 55 feet behind the L screen, throwing as hard as he could, I would say. I would say it was like low to mid-90s, breaking off the slider. Definitely frustrating at bats for me, but, I got him once or twice, but it was fun.
What was your dad's approach in dealing with you wanting to follow his footsteps? I know for my father, it's kind of hands off until I started to kind of ask questions at a rate that he was comfortable. What was your experience like?
I would say the same way. He never pressured me to play baseball or pitch or anything. I grew up not liking pitching at all, actually. And he never pressured me to be a pitcher. I just always wanted to be on the field, being like, I hated having days off. So I would always want to be in the field, hitting every day and pitching every 4 or 5 days. Like, that wasn't like fun for me. And I also didn't have the best arm at the time either. So hitting was just the way I wanted to go about everything.
Well, Will Wagner, like Tony, a son of a Hall of Famer. And, we got a chance here on this show to go to Cooperstown and with Tony, and he saw his dad's plaque up there for the first time. Have you had a chance to visit Cooperstown? Did you get to go during the ceremony? Any thoughts on he's a Hall of Famer, man. That's pretty awesome.
No, it was awesome. Yeah, so last year, the Blue Jays actually let me go for 2 days to go watch my dad get inducted in. So it was really cool. Yeah. I was thankful for it all. But yeah, it was so cool seeing all the guys there, like Jeter, Griffey, Johnson, like all those guys. Like, everyone's so special and like had such great meaning to the game of baseball. So it was really cool to be there. It was my first time too, so it was awesome. And I know my dad's going to go there every year too now, so it'd be cool to make some visits up with him.
It's hard. It's a lot harder to get down there when you're playing, obviously. In your off seasons, you're not always finding time to head up to Albany to go to a Hall of Fame. But pretty cool that the Blue Jays let you experience. Last one for me, you guys going into this series against the Dodgers. Everybody's going to say it's a big series. Obviously, we're coming up on the halfway point of the season. There's still a lot of baseball left. But you guys coming off the sweep of Atlanta, what's the vibe like in the locker room as you guys get ready to take on this Dodger team for this series?
Yeah, the guys are excited. We're heading in the right direction. We just beat a really good Braves team, and Dodgers are a really good team too. So we know we have it cut out for us, but we're really confident heading into the series.
We'll let you go on this one. I just want to let you know that I do my research before we do these interviews, and I noticed on the very bottom line of your bio, 2021 at Fayetteville, you got called in to pitch an inning and a third. You faced 4 batters. None of them got on base. You said you didn't like pitching, but you did okay. Is this something that we could, if the Padres were in a real pinch, could you volunteer again?
I wouldn't say no. I hope it wouldn't be me called because I'd be super nervous for that. But I also had no time to be nervous when I got called up in low A, just because I was actually playing third base at the time, and our manager came out and just told me to take my wrist tape off and get on the mound. So I had no choice. It worked out well. Yeah, I kind of got comfortable up there after the first couple pitches.
Yeah, you did okay. Well, Will, hey, we appreciate the visit. I don't know your dad, but again, please say hi and tell him I remember how great of a guy he was, and we wish you the best here in San Diego. It's great to have you on this ball club doing well.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
Will Wagner, the latest of our, I think pretty good and, enjoyable Friar Friday interviews. It's a good ball club for all that stuff. It really is.
It is. So, yeah.
We get good guys. From Jason Adam to, Griffin Canning to who else? We've had Samad.
Ty France, Samad Taylor.
Yeah, Samad was, a lot of people even told me they were, didn't know very much about Samad Taylor, and they heard the interview and they were like, you know what? I am rooting more for him because I know what he's gone through now.
Yeah.
We're able to at least uncover a little bit of, some stuff about these guys. And I always think the better you know somebody, the more you're invested in them. As a fan,
course, yeah,
right.
You want them to win. Like when Ryan Preece came on the show, the NASCAR driver, I was watching all day waiting for him, and he won the second stage. So
keeping an eye out.
He actually led some laps.
Keeping an eye out. Very good. There is some late breaking baseball news here worth sharing with you. Earlier today, if you missed it, the Mets fired their manager, Carlos Mendoza. And the fun note there is that our old guy, Andy Green, is taking over the interim manager of the Mets. Scraby's now calling for a Met Padre NLCS.
Oh, that'd be beautiful.
Go up against Andy Green.
Actually, yeah.
And as I said, if we're in the NLCS, I'll take it. But here's the breaking news late. Angels just fired their general manager, Perry Menashian.
Yes, they did.
Goodbye, Perry. Angels are a last place team and have been. And apparently until they get a new owner, they're probably going to stay in last place is what most people think.
It's not looking good for them.
All right, Sam Levitt's got the pregame. He'll have all the news and details, and we'll be back on Monday. Enjoy the weekend. Let's beat the Dodgers and come back and talk about it Monday at 2.